fighter. Braum.
Audio test. Alright, we're good. Three stocks, 7 minutes. Make sure it's actually good. Random stage selection. Small, yep. Okay. I think that's good. Alright. Let me see. Last stage hazards off. Say 1B85X. Hey man, how are you? Ooh. Hey man, how are you?
Hey, good, how are you?
Yeah, because I'm FaceTiming you on my phone, that's why I usually try not to do video, because it drains the power faster, you know.
Yeah, no, if you want to just do audio?
Yeah, I actually just called you with the audio one, but I think you called back at the same time.
Oh, sorry about that.
I'll call you, okay?
Okay, cool.
Awesome.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Hey man.
Hey Phoenix.
Hey, how are you doing? So
Good, how are you?
I'm doing good. So I'm guessing that it's not showing up on your end, right? 1B85X?
Yeah, and I saw that you're on your screenshot that that's
yeah.
definitely it. So it's probably just acting out.
Right, my friends and I were also having problems this morning. So like there was an update yesterday, and it kind of messed up the entire online thing. So it messed up quick play and arenas. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna have you make an arena and see if it works out or not. And if it also doesn't work out, we're gonna try and friend each other's Switch, and then we're gonna be making friend only arena.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so let's do that. I'm gonna go ahead and create an arena. I'll make it 2-player, 1-on-1.
Yeah, and then
Let's do.
for stages, what I usually do is I set it to like random Lego, but I mean it's up to you. You can do Battlefield. You can set it up as random Lego if you don't have it, or if you don't have it set up, you can just do whatever.
Should I do like 3 stock or something, or
yeah, 3
stock
stocks, 7 minutes.
Okay, 3 stocks, 7 minutes. All these silly meters off. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, I'm gonna make it. Let's see. Enter the name of the arena. I'm gonna name it just FKD. That's my initials. And then. I hope it only allows 1 person. Okay. So,
as long as it's passworded, right? Or not.
No, I didn't put a password.
Okay, so my name is Pyro, so as long as you see someone named Pyro join, it's me. Alright, you could just tell me or text it to me. It's up to you.
Okay, let's do okay. So the arena name is FKD. It's all skill levels. Oh shoot, it's 1 of 6. How do I make it? Can I change it so it's after the fact, or I have to make a new one?
I'm sorry, what do you mean?
If there are 6 people, I was trying to make an arena that it would only allow 2 people.
Okay, yeah, you have to remake the arena.
Okay, let me try that one more time. Let me shut down the arena.
Or you could just set a password and then only I would be able to join.
Okay, here is the password thing. Okay.
Yeah. Just to confirm, your name is Fred, right?
Sorry?
Your name's Fred, right? Just to confirm.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright.
Okay, awesome. Bottom one leaves. Okay, password. Okay, here we go. Name of the arena. I'm just gonna do Fred as the name.
Okay.
Alright. Then enter the password. I'm just gonna make it 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
See if that allows it. Okay. Create arena, all skill levels. Okay, I got it. Do you want me to tell you the ID number? Okay, so it's 2CST3. So 2 Charlie Sam Tom 3.
And it's 1, 2, 3, 4 for the password?
Just 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
Oh, there you go. Awesome.
To the ring.
Okay, and then let me do the rules. Stage. How do I change the stage?
You see the bottom right corner?
Oh, there we go.
What we can do is, I'm not sure if you set it to like, I don't know what kind of stage rule set you set it as, but I can just choose the same stage that you do, and so we can guarantee the same stage.
Okay.
Yeah.
Should I do random battlefield or should I just do Final Destination?
Up to you. I mean, you can do stages that you're comfortable with, or like legal stages that you aren't.
Let's just do Final Destination because I feel like that's like really.
And it's also a great stage for Pikachu because it makes a lot of kill confirms true. The up throw and the
cool.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
I'm going to start off with Chrom because you did say that Swordies, right? Like Swordies. So we're gonna first start with Swordies. And I'm going to like bounce around between a few characters, kind of get a feel for it.
Sure.
And then,
Sure.
yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, and if you want, just like a single game to like start up. Okay.
Yeah. Let's hope.
Yeah, I'm glad it started working. Have you played a little bit today already?
I was gonna, but then yeah.
Okay. Oh shoot, sorry. I don't know why I put items on. I'm an idiot, sorry. Let me put that away. Throw that item away. I'm actually pretty good with Crom. For whatever reason, Ike and the Pyros give me like a lot of trouble.
Oh yeah, you definitely want to put away the items. I keep on grabbing them.
Yeah, sorry for that. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm not trying to get that. Okay. Okay. We can start also over if you want, but
If it gets to that point, then maybe. But like,
where it's like.
Yeah, maybe we should start
so
over.
this is another thing I was gonna ask. Is there a way for me? Hold up. Is there a way for me to shoot my Thunder Jolt while I have this on?
No. No way.
Oh, so that's like the stupid.
Even if you B reverse or wave bounce it, so like, I recommend we probably change up the rule set right now.
Sorry.
I recommend we probably change up the rule set right now.
Okay, let's
do that.
Yeah, let's quit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I'm basically grabbing stuff while I'm swinging at you.
Yeah.
And same for you. You couldn't really use Thunder Jolt, your best tool.
Yeah, one of those. Yeah, and that was one thing. Like, I know you read a lot of the stuff. Is like Thunder Jolt. Like when people aren't able to take it away. Ness, I don't have too much of trouble, but like Game & Watch or people who just counter it, like I just really struggle then. Okay, so let me change that.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Let's
Don't worry.
change the rules. Change rules. How did I forget that? I thought I put it all off. Rules 3 stock, 7 minutes.
Yeah. Maybe you're not even on the right rule set. Maybe you can check that.
Oh, that's it. Yeah. Rules. Let's do edit. X. Oh shoot. Yeah, it's weird because on the set none, and then I'm gonna put none also. So let me double check. Okay. Cool. Random stage selection. Okay. Okay, hopefully this works. Sorry, I'm not the best at setting up arenas. Also, usually I'm the one joining it. Okay.
Don't worry.
Okay, cool. Alright, so let's do that final destination. Okay, cool. Yeah, I feel like I'm not that good at this game. It's just like I feel like the matchups are really good for Pikachu, a lot of them. So I feel like I win when it's like good matchups, but when it's someone really good or it's like a good character, I feel like it's like a lot harder. That's where that reverse B thing that you were talking about would be helpful. Where I get Thunder Jolt when I'm facing the right direction. Nice one.
I'll show you all these texts after we're done with this.
Sure. Yeah, observe also like all the things you see I'm doing wrong.
Yeah. Ooh. Nice.
That was probably the lag. Oh, nice. I hate that move so much. And then the pyro one that they made is like just like OP. Yeah, actually, I really struggle when people do that on me. Also, yeah, like where I'll try to do my like forward air, and then like they'll just do that on me every time.
Nice.
Thanks. Oh, dude. Yeah, that's I made that mistake a lot. And when I do like my side B instead, like they just punish it. Ah, dang it. Good game.
Okay. I see a few things, but you did pretty well. I feel like you got a little bit nervous the whole time. Yeah.
I feel like I was doing pretty.
You were doing
Another
solid
thing-
at edge
issue
guarding.
is like my fingers start to get tired after a while. Like
Yeah, I could hear a
you
lot
know.
of clicking, and what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna switch off to Ike.
Okay.
And then after that I'm gonna switch off to a zoner character like Zelda, and then
Okay.
we'll see.
Cool.
Choose your fighter.
Yeah, I struggle with that. I think it's his range and just the fact that he's like he hits so hard when he does hit that like every hit's like a huge punish where you or like Pichu dies.
One, go!
Ah, damn. One good thing about lag though with Pikachu is the quick attack's like pretty hard to react to. But then again, like sometimes I'm like on the ledge and I feel like I hit the right button with lag, but I don't know, maybe just me and my like button like me not my fingers getting tired of me just not hitting it right.
Yep.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I get hit by that a lot. when people like play like they
Yeah.
just like use neutral air or is fair, like I just have the hardest time.
Yeah,
Like,
you're not.
and
You're getting juggled a lot, apparently.
Yeah, I just like and I can't. I know a lot of it's timing, but he's also like insanely heavy. Like I feel like if his recovery was good, he would be like one of the best characters.
Ike,
Yeah.
he's medium heavy. Yep. His recovery's okay. Better than Crom's, at least, or Roy's.
Yeah, it's like I just have such a tough time approaching without taking like risks.
Mhm.
And then yeah, some people do that with Rob also, which I like normally like. Luckily, I haven't had too many Robs that do that, but if they just like spam that move,
Ooh.
come on, this is gotta kill. Okay, good, finally. But yeah, see, yeah, that's the thing. I had to take it to 180 to get a kill, so
Yep.
like.
Oh, good DI.
Thanks.
Yep.
Good win. Yeah. Yeah.
One unsafe move.
When you adjusted your game in the middle, like
Yeah.
I knew I was gonna struggle with that, and I
Yeah.
did struggle. Like so, you could probably see some of the. Like I just find it so hard approaching, even with a T jolt. Unless I'm like being cheap, but even then, like you could have just approached me and done the same thing.
Okay, now I'm gonna switch off to a zoner character. I'm gonna switch off to Zelda, okay? Because
Okay.
Zelda also makes Pikachu struggle because the reflect.
Yeah, the reflection. Usually I do kind of good against Zelda, but yeah, you can see
Well,
you're probably
yeah.
very.
I mean,
you're probably a
Pikachu
lot
does do
better
well
than
against.
the ones I normally play though.
Pikachu could do well against all sorts of zoner characters. It really depends on playstyle and knowing habits.
Yeah, normally a character like Zelda, I'll you normally like switch to a Pokemon trainer, like a Zelda or.
Yeah,
even
Pokemon
a
Trainer
Pokemon
will probably do better.
Yeah.
2, 1, go!
Actually, this will be a good practice for the juggle she has. Yeah, normally for those I just wait. Oh, nice. Dude, you are so good with that reflect move. You time it very well. Another thing that I do, and I don't know if this is people say it's a bad thing from like what I've read online, but like I jump a lot after getting hit, but I feel like if I don't do that, I just get juggled. But I don't know, I'll leave it to you to think.
Yeah.
You know.
We'll go over some examples in a bit.
Yeah. Nice.
Oops. I
That
made
was
it.
probably the lag. Is
No,
that
it
the
wasn't a
lag?
lag. You hit me with the Thunderbolt right when I was like recovering,
I
and
got-
that
I
pushed
got
me
lucky,
under.
yeah.
That was funny.
I feel like that's the only reason I'm in the least match is because like I feel like I've gotten so many kills off like keeping people with that key jolt like off the ledge.
No, I don't think so. I think your Pikachu is really, really solid, I'll be honest. But like, there's
really?
definitely, yep. I feel like you definitely know the character well, but there are a few things you could do. I'll go Pikachu in a bit.
Oh yeah, that's a matchup I struggle with. Also, Pika against Pika.
Okay. I definitely feel like you shouldn't struggle with that, because you definitely know how to move around with this character well.
Not struggle, but like, I feel like normally I win probably like maybe. It's a matchup. See, yeah. If I could learn how to do that reverse speed, I think that would help me a long way.
Yeah, for sure. If only it wasn't Zelda.
Yeah.
You would have had it.
Well, that's one thing that I've seen, like, playing against higher level people, because I started, going into battle arenas and stuff,
Yep.
is like, dude, it's so much harder to edge guard them. Like, they just find a way, even if you think you got them off. Oh my god, what a move, dude. That should be confirmed.
Yep, that should be it.
Yeah, another thing is like I know the neutral air like down smash is like a good confirm, but against higher level people, like I just feel like it's so hard to do. Like I don't see like any opportunities when I'm playing with you to do it without taking the risk of like usually being punished. Oh, nice.
Okay. Alright, I'm gonna go Pikachu.
Okay. This is fun, man.
So, I'm gonna talk about a few things. Once I find Pikachu, because they changed the layout.
No, really?
Yeah, because like after they introduced Pyra and Mithra, the whole screen.
Oh yeah, that's true.
And I'm like,
oh, because
I
I
couldn't-
don't buy the characters, so
Oh, okay. So yeah.
like I would totally buy it, but I just feel like out of principle, I just don't. I don't know. Maybe if there's one I really connect to.
And
I
now
don't know, but
it used to take me like 5 seconds to find a character. Now it takes me like a minute. That's kind of funny.
yeah.
So what controls do you use for Pikachu?
You mean the controller settings?
Like yeah, do you use tilt
So
stick,
I usually
tap
use
jump?
the left, like 1Z or Z, like the left trigger. I use that for jump, so I can like jump and T-jolt.
Okay.
And then I sometimes change. If it's laggy, I'll keep the C stick at smash. If it's not laggy, I'll change the C stick to tilt.
Okay. So first thing I want to point out is that you out of the 3 matches, you only grab me 3 times total. So the first game you grabbed me none, like didn't grab me once. The second game with my Ike, you only grabbed me once, and that was to get the up throw down B. And the second game, and then the third game, you grabbed me twice, both trying to get the. So first of all, Pikachu do have a bread and butter. It's the do you know how to do the lightning loops?
Oh yeah, I've heard of it. Like I've seen the YouTube video on it, but I was like, I tried it, and I was like that is like
Okay.
I couldn't get it down.
So
Like,
to
I
do
tried
it, you
maybe
need
an hour,
to.
2 hours.
So the thing with that is that's basically Pikachu's biggest way to get a percent is by looping your opponent, right? Alright, that way you do back air strings, right? Which
that's another thing I can't do. Yeah, I don't know how to do that, but yeah, go ahead.
or up air strings, right? See how
Yeah.
this is reverse up air. So I'm gonna
Yeah.
show you all of these. So you need to set your stick to tilt stick. Do you have
Yeah.
it? Do you have it set as tilt?
Yeah, against you I have it as tilt. I only change it when it's like really laggy.
Okay, so what you want to do is you play neutral, right? Like so you throw a thunder shield. You can either forward air or you can nair, right? And both of these could lead you to a grab, right? So you nair, and then you get a grab, okay? And when you get a grab, your opponent's in the air, right? And then what you essentially want to do is first practice this. You do a short hop by tapping your controller, right? And at the height, right before the height of your jump, you do a neutral air, and right after the height of the jump, you do a fast fall. So it looks like this. You want to do it as consistently as I'm doing it, okay? And that's something that's gonna take you about a week to get consistent. See how I'm doing it consistently every time? You want to do a short hop and then, okay? And that is only if your opponent is facing place, okay? After that, you want to practice moving left and right. So you want to tilt your control stick to either left or right and then do the same thing. So for example, this. You want to practice this movement. And you want to make sure, right? You want to get really comfortable with that. And then after that, you want to try it with a CPU. And then you can either do that and then grab and then after twice, you want to do it with tilt stick, okay? See that?
Oh, okay. So you do it first you do it regular and then...
You want to do it regular for about 2 or 3 times. You want to get your opponent to about 20%, over 20% before you switch to tilt.
Got it.
Okay.
And when you're doing that, you never do it where you press the jump button and the A button at the same time, right?
You never want to do it at the same time, and this is because... See how you don't want the last hit to connect. If you do it at the same time, the last hit connects and your opponent gets launched up. You want to do it so that you land with the hit before the last hit. You don't want your opponent to be launched away. You want it to be dragged down, right? And the timing is to jump, and right before the height of your short hop, you input it, and right after your short hop, you press down. And it's a very...
Okay, got it. And you just do that every time. Like,
yep.
if you do this... Okay.
And after that, you want to practice going left and right of it, so that you can, if your opponent's DIing left, you can react by going left, and if your opponent's DIing right, you want to react by going right, okay? So that's one thing you want to practice. I think, and that's honestly, when you were playing against my Swordy, most of the time that I'm not afraid to do up B out of shield on you is simply because, like, I'm not really, I'm not afraid to be locked in shield because you rarely go for grabs. So I was staying in shield, letting you do all of this, letting you do all of this on my shield, and I could just punish that, right? Because there's quite a bit of end lag on this up B, right? If you end up behind me, it's a free up B out of shield. It's most Swordy's up B out of shield is like frame 10, so it's pretty fast. Speaking of frames, do you know anything about frame data?
I know about the frame data. Like, I kind of try to get a gist of like how fast I know his like Nair is like the fastest like out of shield option. And then like the forward air and back air and then the grab also. But like I don't know like the number of frames and like how it beats other people's number of frames.
So you don't really have to know it for other characters. A lot of Smash coaches recommend people like memorize as much frame data as possible. In my personal opinion, you only need to know the frame data for your character. And this is because, one, it's really tedious to memorize frame data for every single character, right? And in general, I feel like Smash is more of a learn as you go, okay? So like the more you play in tournaments and the more, you know, the more experience you have in this game, you'll naturally learn frame data for other characters. But it's important to at least know it for your character, okay? So Pikachu Nair, I believe, is frame 4? Let me check. Is it frame?
This is
No, it's frame 3 actually, and up air is your second fastest. It's
Is there any way like so if I hold the shield button and I just hit, I can just press jump and it'll hold the shield till the last second, right? Is that normally how you do it?
No, I mean I've gotten to a point where I can just time it, but like if you hold shield and you jump, you can still like, but it will be like a full hop, right? Or yeah, you can still like jump out of shield if you want. Like you hold shield and then do a jump, or you hold shield press A, that's a grab, okay? So that's one thing. It's the Nair loops. Another thing that's easier is either back air loops, right? If your opponent's DIing in, you can do me a favor and like SD, so you can go to 0%.
So I can go to 0, yeah. Sure.
Yeah. So there's Nair loops, there's back air loops, and there's up air loops, okay? And let's say I'm facing you, okay? I think you want to learn how to do like reverse, like arrow runs, right?
And
okay.
I can do it, but I have to manually, like, the way I do it right now, it's kind of like that, like where I manually turn back and then I turn forward again, like really quickly, like
That's how I do it too. That's how I do it too. And that's actually how most people do it. It's more or less something that takes time. The reason I'm really comfortable with doing it is because I've been practicing it for like a long time. So
I think what I have a problem with is I can connect the first one. I know this is. I can connect the first one, but then like the second one, I just go forward. Like I have trouble connecting the second one. That's
right. Because when you're calling that, some opponent starts off DI in, right? But then they might realize they're in the middle of the combo, so they DI down and away, and it's no longer true, right? And it's up to you to kind of so let's start this game again. It's up to you to kind of figure out how to continue this combo, right? Because some people, for example, they do forward air, like they do back air, and they do forward air. Forward air goes a little bit longer, right? Or
so do you have to press those buttons every time to keep the combo, like the back air combo. You have to press left or right quickly, and then
okay.
Then
I'm not sure how well this works on Pikachu because Pikachu is quite small.
Yeah, so how do you do it the second time and the third time? Like,
well,
are you pressing the joystick? Are you pressing the C stick? Like
no. So what I'm doing is I'm pressing 3 of these at once, right? So I'm pressing direction and I jump and I A at the same time, and then I want to do them at the exact same time, and then they won't turn into a forward air. If I mistime it, then it becomes this, and then forward air, right? Like this and then forward air. You want to make sure you're pressing a direction, jump, and then attack at the exact same time. So the leeway is actually 3 frames. You gotta make sure all of these inputs are done in 3 frames. So 5% of a second. If you can make sure like you're pressing all of these at the exact same time, then you won't have a problem doing back air to back air to back air to back air, okay?
Got it. So let me try this out real scoops.
One thing you have to understand is that this combo really isn't that reliable if you're playing a non-heavy, and that is because your opponent could just hold down and away and DI out of it. So at some point you should switch.
Yeah, I'm having trouble hitting it, yeah.
What controller are you using? GameCube or Pro Controller?
I'm using a GameCube controller.
GameCube. Okay, so I'm using a Pro Controller. It's kind of the same thing though. You want to press jump, attack. You just want to practice making sure that all of these you're doing at the same time. Usually if you have trouble with that, what you can do is you can go to training mode. You can slow time down to 1/4 speed, so you have more leeway, and then you do it. And if you could do it correctly, then you speed the time up to, let's say, 1/2 speed, and then 2/3 speeds, and then full speed. Okay? So usually if you have trouble with tight inputs, you can try and
yeah, I have trouble doing the second one.
yeah. So that's one thing that would just take time to do. Okay?
So really, you press the same buttons. You have to do the same motion of buttons at the same exact time.
Oh, within 3 frames of each other. So see how? Yeah. So I basically being like, well, I play Pikachu for a while, so I can, and this goes along for a lot of other characters back there, like Wolf. I've gotten to a point where I'm pretty comfortable with pressing them all at the same time, and this is something that like everyone could get good at. You know, it's not just you. It's not just me. It's also you. You know, maybe put a week in it and you'll be fine. You just want to get comfortable, okay? So that's back air loops, okay? If your opponent's DIing in, okay? So you're at pretty high percent. So can you like, yeah? Can you like reset your percent so like I can show you because I cannot do the
Oh sure.
Yeah. So a lot of times off stage, you can convert your back air to up airs, and then you can do back air, up air, back air, and that's a lot of people prefer that over because it actually does a setup where if you DI in, okay, so it's holding right now. It kind of makes obviously I didn't do it correctly because I didn't really reverse it, but it makes for a down B setup if your opponent's DI in and you're low enough. Yeah. So a lot of people prefer that, or a lot of people just prefer to end it with up air and then like forward air, up air, back air. Okay, so you don't. But also some people just prefer to like keep doing back airs, which is fine, you know. But
when you're hitting the back air, also you're not for all of those. You're never using the C stick. You're just using that same.
No, I know where you're getting with C stick. So we're gonna talk about reverse B pivot cancel, and we're gonna be talking about wave bounce. Okay, those are the three things that use a C stick. But right now we're not talking about that. We're just talking about.
Got it.
We're just talking about making sure that you input, making sure your timing is good. That's all that matters for this. Okay.
Got it.
How can?
And then,
So we talked about a reverse aerial rush, right? Where you run up to your opponent and you do a back air, right?
yeah.
Okay, keep in mind it's... One thing you have to understand is that let's say I'm facing you, okay? As an out of shield option, it's actually like 1 or 2 frames slower because technically when I'm doing it, I'm going back like a little bit and I'm going dashing forward, then I'm going back a little bit and then dashing forward again to do the reverse aerial rush. So technically it's a little bit slower out of shield option, right?
So when you're doing it out of shield, yeah, I really struggle with this also. When you're doing it out of shield, do you let go and then you just hit the buttons quickly?
Man, I wish I could get my webcam working. Let me see. Let me slow it down for you, okay? So I run, okay? So I run towards you, and then I tap my control stick to the other direction. And when I'm tapping, I press jump and A at the same time. So what I first did to start it off, because you don't also have to do reverse aerial back air, right? You can also do reverse aerial up air, right? Or reverse aerial down, or reverse aerial down air. It's not just, you're not just limited to back air. So when I first started learning this, what I did was I did this, I dashed towards, and I tapped my control stick to the other direction while I tapped jump. And essentially I get something like this. So see how my momentum's still going this way while I'm jumping, but I'm facing the opposite direction? Like, and at this point...
that was actually pretty cool. How did you do that?
So, okay. So I dash, and right when I dash, I kind of like tap, flick-ish my control stick to the other direction, so it's like this, right? So it will go something like that, and at the same time when I flick the stick, I'm gonna do a short hop, right? So it's kind of like that.
Oh, you're flicking your C stick, you're saying?
No, not C stick, control stick.
Oh,
you don't use C stick for any of these. I'm not.
So, okay, so I got it. Okay, so like kind of like this.
Yep. See how my momentum's carried over while I'm... And then at this time, okay, you can use... Now, you can either... It depends on how comfortable you are, okay? Some people prefer to use your buttons. Some people prefer to use C-stick, okay? Like, once I'm turned around, now I could do like a reverse up air, right? Now I could do a reverse back air, right? I could do a reverse down air, right? So it really depends on what you feel comfortable with, okay? Like after this, I could use my C stick to do an aerial in any direction, or I could press a button and a direction. Personally, I feel more comfortable using buttons for brawler characters, and because shorties, you have a much bigger leeway. I use C stick. So it's really up to you. You gotta go into training mode and find out what you prefer.
Yeah,
okay?
got it. Okay, no, that actually what you just explained, now I get it.
Okay.
I think it's hard to understand on your own because, like, the frame, the number of frames that you have to get it on is so tight. But now I see exactly what motion you're doing.
Okay, so now I'm gonna explain to you why, other than the back air change out of the shield, why the reverse aerial is so important. Okay, because another one of Pikachu's combo starters is up air. But notice if I do an up air, you're too short, right? Because my up air starts in the back.
Yeah.
But if I were to do a reverse aerial.
Oh, yeah, I always wondered that. I was like, yeah, okay.
So
people used to do that on me, and I'm like, how the heck are they doing that?
So, what I just taught you, okay? You do that, and you face the other direction, right? And then you want to do a up air. Now, here's this one is a little bit harder to input, okay? You cannot use C-stick for this, so you have to get used to button inputs, okay? I turn this around. I turn this around, right? Now, instead of just pressing jump, I'm gonna hold up while pressing jump and A. So essentially, it's gonna look like this, okay? Dash towards you, turn around, jump, this, okay? So it's gonna look like that. And if you do it fast enough, which is within 3 frames of each other, you're going to get a reverse short hop out of shield. And up air is really fast, it's 4 frame startup. So even if, okay, we're in shield and you're in front of me and I have to do the pivot, right? So I turn around, so I dash towards you, turn around, that's only adding around 2 frames. So it's still a 6-ish frame out of shield, which still makes it really, really fast and reliable out of shield option. So if you hit my shield, I can still do that. Okay. Okay. So, do you kind of understand how to input it, or do you want to go over it?
Yeah, no, that helps a lot. I think you're right. I need to like now, given the information, I think I need to like go back to the
So,
training room and then like practice it. I think it's just the consistency, and I think I'm just maybe not consistent enough to do it in strings. I have done it in strings, but yeah, normally I don't. I think I just need to like okay, so like kind of like that. Okay.
right. Try, and one advice I want to give you, because I know a lot of people break their fingers trying to do stuff that they're usually not used to do it. Try and relax, and try and not be so stiff when you're inputting stuff like this. Because when you're playing in a competitive environment, if you are very stiff and you are trying really hard to input something, you have a higher chance of misinputting, right? So try and relax and try and relax and have a.
Like I do better. I do good in the beginning, and then I just like my fingers are getting too stiff.
Right,
That's
and
why
you mentioned,
stocks, especially towards the end, I feel.
so like when I was playing against you, you mentioned how you were getting exhausted, right? And that is because you're trying too hard to like press or input something, and you should really just relax and like try and really like burn stuff into your muscle memory and like relax when doing it, rather than like, okay, I gotta press this, So it's more of a spend a little, not too much time. It really takes like a week to learn this, I'll be honest.
Okay.
Okay. So now we're gonna talk a little bit about the C-stick stuff that you were talking about. Okay. So do you know what a pivot cancel is?
No, not. Is that where I just flick the C stick to do an aerial like faster?
Do you know how to do a dash? How do you do a dash attack?
I normally just like hit the joystick like very fast.
So like normally people do a dash attack by doing this and then hitting their C stick.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Yeah, so sometimes I do it with the C stick. Sometimes if I
But now,
that if you do it with the C stick, it's faster. But sometimes I'll just do it with the normal A.
But here's the thing. Now I want you to dash towards me, and once you approach me, immediately do a F tilt. So, like that.
Okay.
Try and do that. So, you probably did it correctly. You cancel it by flicking your control stick in the other way, and then you do a tilt attack, right? So that's just pivot cancel. So it seems like you know how to do it. So we're not gonna.
So you actually face the other direction first and then do it. You're saying.
Yeah, and then that would allow you to do a tilt attack directly after your dash animation, right? You cancel the dash.
Oh, so that's how. Okay, because I was always wondering, because I always see Pikachu's like this. Maybe that's why I'm struggling against Pikachu's, because I'm playing against Pikachu's and they're somehow able to hit me like with their tilt attacks like all the time. Like they're always like going like this or whatever and like hit me.
Yep. The thing is, when you're dashing, you have to wait for your dash animation to end, right? And then, by flicking the other way, you kind of cancel out your momentum, and then you can, instead of doing a dash attack, you're allowed to do a tilt attack. And pivot cancels only work for tilt stick, okay? Now we're gonna talk a little bit about the Thunderbolt thing. You wanna?
And what was that called? Pivot. That's called a pivot cancel.
Pivot cancel. You wanna learn stuff like this, right? For the Thunderbolt, that's one thing you say you want to learn, right?
Yeah, like reversing the Thunderbolt, like going in a different direction. Thunderbolt, yeah.
So there's
let me write down the pivot cancel thing real quickly. Sorry.
I'm actually recording, so I could just send you the whole video.
Oh, okay, awesome. Actually, that would be awesome.
Yeah, but I mean, you can also write it down.
So that's how, yeah, because I always thought like, oh, my internet's just slow, and that's how they're able to hit these faster than me. But now, like, that makes total sense. Okay, so sorry, the reverse B thing. What's that called?
So there's actually 4 different ways. Okay. So what we learned earlier when we turn around like this is called a reverse aerial rush. The abbreviation for it is RAR. R-A-R. Okay. And you already learned how to do it. So let's say if I'm facing away from you, I could just do that, right? Like I could do that. Now let's say I'm facing away from you, but I don't really want to dash. I want to Thunderbolt you, but I'm facing the other way. Okay.
Yeah.
I want to jump. I could either jump or I don't jump. I just do that. So what essentially I did was I pressed the B button, and I immediately flicked my control stick to the other way. But I'm not holding the B button. Okay, you do not want to hold your B button.
Whoa, dude, that is sick.
So now try it while jumping. Try with jumping.
Dude, you explained it so much better. Shoot.
Jump.
Does it work with double jump also?
Yes, it does. It works. See, double jump and then turn around. Double jump, turn around. So you can either jump or not jump, but you press the B button and then you flick your control stick towards the direction you look.
What's weird is when I try to full jump or double jump, it like I have trouble.
So
So
I can do it. So okay. We'll just start next round.
yeah, we'll start over. Oh shoot, sorry.
Don't worry. It's not your fault.
Yeah. No, this is super helpful information.
Pikachu wins.
But that's actually not the hardest thing I'm
You
gonna
can only
like.
get better. You can only get better with practice, like personal practice, only like so far without understanding. You know,
Pikachu
like,
is a very technical character. A lot of characters, Ganon, Isuru, you don't need any of these that I'm showing you right
Yeah.
now. But the thing
Yeah.
is, Pikachu being a top 5 character and having all of these tags, if you want to be a top player with Pikachu, you have to learn some of these.
Yeah, you have to do this.
Right.
Okay, so
Okay, you're that way now.
here.
So, jump.
Oh, there we go.
Okay.
So something I'm doing, maybe I'm just messing up on the timing.
So one thing I want
there
you
we
to
go.
one thing I
So
want you
maybe
to
I
see.
have to wait like a couple of frames after.
You want to do the, you don't want to do them at the exact same time. You want to flick the stick to the other direction a little bit after, but not too much after.
Oh, I think I need to fall a little bit more, then it works. Because maybe I'm hitting it too much.
In training mode, I recommend you just do this, okay? Stay on the ground and then do that.
Oh, you're hitting the you're hitting the joystick also after doing that.
Yep. So just keep practicing that and then do that. This way, this way, this way, wait, this way, this way.
Yeah.
Okay?
So I'm having trouble when I'm doing so I'm hitting the B and then I'm trying to hit the joystick
You-
right after.
You first of all, you don't want to hold the B, and then you want to kind of flick it towards the other direction, like a little bit right after it. So it's
I
like
don't get
1,
my
2.
joystick, but
It's like
maybe I'm
1, 2. 1, 2. Wait. 1, 2.
1, 2. 2.
I feel like you're not doing it fast enough. You want to do it even faster.
1, 2. 1, 2.
Oh, you got it. You had it.
Okay, maybe I just need to practice like.
Okay, you got it.
I feel
You
like
kind of got it.
it's even harder. Yeah. Okay.
But
I see what
but
you're saying.
I had, trust me, I struggled with them more when I first started learning this tech. So you'll get it in like a week, as long as you do like the practicing in training mode. I promise you'll get it. So this is called a B reverse, okay? Now B reverse is when we press the B button and we flick the stick to the other direction, right? Now, another thing is, I forgot what it's called. I think it's also called B reverse something, but it's when you do it the opposite way, okay? So you flick the stick first and then you hold B, okay? And this is going to be a little bit harder to do. So for example, notice I'm facing you, right?
Yeah.
So I didn't do a B reverse. I actually flicked my stick in the other direction, and then I pressed B. So this one is a little bit different. But if you want to learn some more difficult tech, you have to master this.
So this technique is also needed where I hit the stick
Right.
first and then.
You have to learn this one because do you know what? Have you ever heard of the term wave bouncing?
Yeah, I've read about it, but
Right. You have
yeah.
to master both of these to perform a wave bounce. A wave bounce is a B reverse and then a B reverse, right? So you want to hold. So essentially, I flick my control stick to the other direction first, and then do that, and now I flick it back, so I turn it around. And let me show you why it's so important, okay? So let's say I'm dashing this way, okay? And I see how I'm still going forward when I'm pressing B. If I do a B reverse, see how I kind of go back a little bit?
Yeah.
My momentum shifts, right? Hold on.
A lot of people use this with Ivysaur, right? With his razor leaves.
Yes. And so does PK Fire. And B reverse does that, okay?
Oh, yeah,
but
I've
this
seen a lot of
reverse
misses
B
do that
thing
also,
where
yeah.
you actually, you know what? Give me like 30 seconds. I'm gonna Google the name so that you can search it up later.
So how are you moving forward? Because I think I'm maybe doing something wrong. Where
All right, give me 1 second. I wanna Okay, so this is called a turnaround B, okay? So B reverse is what I just taught you, okay? A turnaround B is this. Hold on. It's a little bit harder to do, so this is a turnaround B. And the difference between B reverse and a turnaround B is that B reverse kind of like turns me back, whereas turnaround B doesn't turn me back. Okay? And this is important because a wave bounce is when I'm facing towards you and I want to go back while I'm throwing a B button at you. Like, let's say you are dangerous, okay? And I want to throw a projectile at you, but I don't want to land in front of you, okay?
yeah, you want to like scoot away. You want to.
See how I'm scooping away by doing a wave bounce?
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
So turnaround B. These things are stuff that you just have to learn in training mode. I don't like. I can show you the inputs of doing them, but like you just gotta like, yeah.
Oh, I think I got it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. And
So that. Okay. Yeah.
A wave bounce is when you.
So that's where you kind of like press it and then you hold it the other way.
A wave bounce is when you combine both of them, okay? So you do a turnaround B and then you do a B reverse. So I turn around and then So one way you can see if you did the wave bounce correctly is if your character kind of shakes, okay? See how my character kind of shook a little bit? So that's a wave bounce, okay?
It shoots faster when you do it that way, right?
No, it looks faster. Like all of the character specials look faster, but it's not actually faster. Okay, so I'm gonna switch off to a different character so you can kind of see this a little bit more clearly. Okay, I'm gonna actually switch off to my main, which quite funny enough, it's me Brawler, but.
Oh wow, okay.
I play so many characters I don't know.
Did you just create your own and then you're like, oh, this is cool, I want to speed this character?
I mean, I play
like,
so.
I would imagine it's because I've tried it. It's like hard to use.
Yeah, the reason I chose me Brawler is because like I play so many characters in a roster, I don't really know who to main, so I just chose an outlier.
Yeah.
But me Brawler has a special move that shows the B reverse and wave bounces really, really clearly, and I think, and this is because Pikachu actually doesn't have a lot of drift, but with me Brawler, I could kind of like show it to you.
Yeah. No, I kind of need to do this with Ivysaur also. Should I switch to Ivysaur or?
Up to, yeah, sure.
Or I could stay Pikachu. Actually, I'll stay Pikachu if you want.
Yeah.
And I know we're approaching at 6. Do you want to go another hour? You want to?
I don't mind.
Okay.
I was gonna.
It's your choice. We can do another session also. I don't mind.
I was gonna coach somebody else at 10, but then he canceled, so I don't really mind.
Okay, just let me know whatever you feel.
Don't worry, because I also want to go over Pokemon Trainer with you.
Okay.
So this is a B reverse, right? And then.
Oh yeah, I hate this move. I hate it when people do this move. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
And then, see how my momentum is canceled when I And this is called a wave bounce, and this is important because let's say I wanna throw a ball off stage, but I don't want to go through the hassle of having to recover because me Brawler's recovery isn't that good. I want to throw a ball at that ledge, but I don't really want to fall off. That's why I like do that, right? So I don't go off stage. And as Pikachu, the thing with Pikachu and B reversing and wave bouncing is that Pikachu don't have a lot of drift. So for example, if you go off stage right now, you move left and right, you don't really drift that much, okay? So I actually don't recommend you to learn wave bounce. I recommend you learn reverse aerial B reverse, which is when you do a reverse aerial rush, which we talked about earlier, and then B reverse that. It's going to be a lot easier for you, and it does the same thing for Pikachu, but better, okay?
Was that it?
So let me just show it to you real quick, okay?
Yeah, sure.
So first of all, I do that, right? And I'm in the air and I'm facing away from you, and then I do a B reverse. And it does the exact same thing as a wave bounce, okay? So I do that, and then... Alright, I do that, and then I do that. So that's a lot easier to input than having to do like 3 inputs within like 5 frames of each other. So first of all, you want to master this movement, which you did earlier, okay? You want to master like being able to dash in and then turn around when jumping, right? After you do that, you want to do a B reverse with the neutral B.
No, oops.
So I'm gonna do it slowly so that the video captures it. Dash towards, and then flick your control stick to the other direction while jumping, so it looks like this. And then during the height of your jump, do a B reverse.
Got it.
So you don't have to learn it right now because you're not going to.
Yeah,
it's gonna take like a
probably
week.
need a lot of practice, right?
You're gonna see the video and you're gonna kind of be able to break it down at this. And this is really good because like let's say you want to edge guard someone off stage and you really gotta get close to the ledge, but you also don't want to like fall off. You could just do that, you know.
Yeah.
So
One thing, not to change the subject, but one thing that I also saw that you were able to do is like I've seen a lot of people like they're able to edge guard by doing thunderbolts and they're able to hit themselves so they can, you know, do an up air, quick attack. Like when I try to do it, like normally, unless I'm like directly, I'll like miss it like that, you know?
Oh, okay. So you're talking about like the jump and then like thunderbolt thing, right?
Yeah,
Off
I can
stage.
do it like if I do it super slow like this.
Okay, so to do it,
I can't.
you must save your jump, okay? You must.
Okay.
So I want you to do this and then jump. See how like you don't really move anywhere anymore? Like I'm going forward, but the moment I jump, my momentum's canceled.
Oh, so you go like this.
And then jump and then down B. So you obviously want to do it a little bit faster. I'm gonna switch to Pikachu.
Yeah, because that drags them down also if I can get that, which I think would be helpful on a lot of characters.
Yeah, and actually if you get the sour spot of it, and if you're high enough, it actually launches them up. Which
Yeah.
I've got a funny kill today with Pikachu where like my Thunderbolt actually launched them up because I got them on the sour spot.
Do you mean Pikachu also, or is he just like a good character that you just use sometimes?
I mean, at this point, I made the roster. Like, I could play
Yeah,
anyone.
okay, yeah, you're equally good with like all the characters you're saying.
Kind of.
Yeah.
My best character is probably me, Brawler, but like,
Yeah.
every one of my characters is kind of Elite Smash level. Because I've been trying to figure out what character I want to main, right? I never got one.
Yeah.
So you want to save your jump. You can either run off. Okay, I'm this one. You can either run off stage and then jump and then do that, or like use a double jump, right? You jump, and then that.
Got it. Oh, so
The trick is to really.
Like, go with the joystick, then hit the jump button, then go like this.
Okay, so one thing that you're doing wrong is that you're actually fast falling. So when you did that, you actually fast fell.
Oh.
So I don't want you to fast fall. Okay, see how you're fast falling and then you're going way lower than you
So, how
should.
come, so I'm letting go of the joystick. I wonder why I'm fast falling.
And that is because you are pressing down before you press the B button. You want to press down B at the exact same time. If you press down, you're gonna end up being fast falling, and then you press the B button, right? Like you're basically doing
it's
this.
Because I'm not hitting them at the same time.
Yeah,
Okay.
you want to hit them at the same time, or else you're gonna see how you're fast falling, and that's gonna be way harder for you to recover. If you're
So
nervous,
that's weird because I feel like I'm not hitting. I feel like I'm not hitting. Yeah, that is weird.
you want to hit them at the same time. You're definitely not hitting them at the same time. That's why you're fast falling, okay? I mean, there are some good uses for fast falling, okay? Because let's say your opponent wants to recover high, right? So you should jump, so you do the down B higher, okay? But if your opponent is recovering lower, let's say stage level, you can go down low and then do that, right? So it depends on how well you are able to read your opponent's recovery.
So yeah, I feel like I'm hitting it at the same time, but maybe I'm not.
Yeah, you aren't right now. You're actually doing them right now, but it seems like off stage you're having trouble doing it. It seems like you're a little bit fidgety off stage, and that's causing you to miss input. Right now, you're doing it correctly. See how you fast fall right there?
Was that fastball or was that?
That was fast fall. Yeah.
Weird. I wonder what I'm like. I wonder what I'm doing.
You seem to be getting nervous when you're off stage. I think that's why. Because you are doing it correctly when you're doing it on stage.
Okay.
It seems like it almost looks as if you're double tapping down. I'll be honest.
Maybe I am.
It looks like you're subconsciously double tapping down. That's what it looks like. And you want to get in the habit of only pressing down B at the exact same time.
Got it. Okay.
So now we're gonna now we're gonna talk a little bit about kill confirms, okay? So it works on most characters. Okay? Some characters like Jigglypuff, like even the weak hit, they launch them so high in the air that it just doesn't connect to down smash, but it usually works, okay? Now, one thing, normally, so Nair recovers Pikachu's body, right? But it's actually not like, it's a little bit slow. Like, if I want to catch you, I gotta aim, right? And your opponent's moving around. No opponent's gonna stand there and let you hit them with it, okay? So a lot of times, this Nair to down smash, it has to be for a read, okay? So for example, a good example is when I do a Thunder Joe, let's say starting off at neutral, opponents want to jump, right? Usually, like 75% of opponents want to jump out of it, or some rare people want to just roll through it, okay?
Yeah.
So, for example, when I do that, you jump. Alright. When I do that, you jump. You can cover with it. You can cover that with forward air, right? But what if you roll? What if you want to roll in? Okay. So like, see how the Nair kind of like covers an option?
Yeah.
So this Nair to down smash is really for option coverage. Okay. Like for example, if you know your opponent's gonna recover in a certain way, okay. Let's say you throw a Thunder Joe, so they want to roll. You can do that and then get a down smash. You can do that and then assume that they're gonna roll and down smash. Or you can assume that they're gonna neutral get up, and then you can do that, down smash. So you definitely don't want to be fishing for it, okay? And also, it's not the only. It's more of a move that you can fall with, okay? For example, if Pikachu do a rising up air, he could do a Nair directly after, right? So if you miss a combo, you can get a. Let's say I'm trying to combo you, but I miss. I could fall with a Nair, and that would still cover what's below me, right? Let's say I want to do that, and I Nair. Or even a full hop forward air Nair, right? Let's say I thought, like for example, I'm gonna assume that you're gonna jump when I approach you, but don't jump, okay? Like, you don't jump, but I can still cover like what's below me.
Yeah.
Oh, so for forward air, it's frame 14, I think, so it's way slower. So you're gonna have to do full hop instead of short hop. So full hop, and then yeah, short hop doesn't work. That, right? And then this Nair at low percent, you could get a grab of it, or you could do Nair to up tilt, right? I'm not on the right control. You could do Nair to up tilt. So at low percent, you could do that to start a combo, or at a high percent, you could just do that. And then if you do suck your opponent into the Nair, you could either go for a grab, right? Usually up throw at like 100 or down throw at like 140.
Yeah, I'm pretty good at that one.
Yeah.
The up throw.
I actually don't see you going. You only went for it on me like once, though. So that's the thing.
You're a lot better, so it's harder for me to grab you.
Yeah, but you also. It also doesn't seem like you're.
I normally grab a lot, but I definitely agree with you. Against better players, I just find it like impossible to grab them because
Do you know
so
how to?
fast.
Do you know what's a pivot grab?
I've heard of it. Is that where you press the shield and then you press A at the same
No,
time?
that's just a shield release grab.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
No,
So pivot grab is when is this, okay? So see how I couldn't. Well, wait, crap, I messed up. I forgot how long. So get up. So see how I couldn't really grab you. Okay, his grab's pretty good. Dang it. Alright, get up. See, I couldn't grab you. But if you turn around, see how much range that grab has?
Whoa, that was like huge.
Yeah. So the way to do it.
How do you do that?
So the way to do a pivot grab is the same thing as a what you do with a wave bounce. You flick your control stick to the other direction, and then you input a grab while holding the other direction. So the way so basically, let me slow it down, okay? I'm facing towards you, okay, but I'm a little bit far, okay? So I turn around, and then I input a dash grab. So it's gonna look like that. So the animation actually looks a little bit different, okay? So for example, this is a normal grab animation, right? See how the pivot grab, I kind of like lean forward? Like, see how I'm kind of like making a 360?
Yeah.
That's a pivot grab. See how I kind of lean forward and also gives it like that animation? So this is a normal grab. See, I'm just standing there grabbing. A pivot grab, it looks like I'm almost falling down to grab you. See that?
Yeah.
So it gives you more range.
You, like kind of like that.
Yeah, and Pikachu's
You
grab.
basically try to change in a different direction and then. So that's another thing I was gonna ask you. How do I let go of people? Because sometimes I play
Doubles?
with teams and I accidentally grab my teammate.
You can't.
Like, is there a way to let go?
You can't. They either have to
Oh,
mash
okay.
out, or you want to throw them with a move that doesn't kill them, or put them in disadvantage. Holy crap. Hey, man. Hey, man.
Hey,
Yeah,
Phoenix?
I apologize for that. Yeah, the call was draining so much power. Like, it was connected to a
No,
cable.
no worries. Yeah, no.
But
I
then,
can
like, it
imagine.
was still draining them. I'm using a different phone now. So that, like...
Okay, no worries. Yeah, we played for an hour, so an hour of like talking's a long time for a phone. So no worries at all.
Right, and then, like, yeah, it was plugged in, but, like, my computer wasn't supplying enough power to do a call.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The same thing happens to me.
Yeah. So we were still, if you still want to do it, we can still continue. It's up to you.
Yeah, we can continue.
Yeah, I was kind of going over the uses for pivot grabs because I was gonna
Yeah.
start giving you examples. So,
Okay, perfect.
yep. So since you don't really know the Nair loops that well, I'm just gonna have to show you, and you're just gonna have to like trust me on some of the things, since you don't really have a lot of experiences on it. When you're nearing somebody, a lot of times when you fall on top of somebody, you don't really know which direction, even if you're like unless you're like completely getting them on the side, right? You don't really know, when you're falling directly on top of them, you don't really know which direction you're gonna land on. So the use for pivot grab is that you have a longer range. So essentially, wait, let me try and get you to the middle. Yep.
Yeah.
Essentially, I have a little bit more range with the grab, okay? So like, even if, let's say you are close, you are going to the left, you know, I have a little bit more range, so I could grab you even if you are being knocked to the left. Whereas if you are going towards the right, I'm already dashing to the right to get a pivot grab. So technically, it kind of does covers more options during a combo. So that's one use for a pivot grab.
Got it. And when you're doing the pivot grab, how do you turn the other direction and turn back quickly? Are you like hitting the joystick left and right very quickly, or are you like normally? How do you do it? Like is it kind of
so
like
normally,
that, like...
see how I'm facing away from you. Normally, if I press, so you're on the left side of me. If I press grab and hold left at the same time, it doesn't really work. I'm still facing this way, okay?
Right.
But if we initiate a dash and down we do it, then it turns around.
Oh, oops, sorry.
So yeah,
Wait, what the heck? How come my thing...
I think your control scheme is a little bit weird, I guess. I'm using default controls, by the way. I'm not sure what...
Oh, okay.
You're using jump, right, for your shoulder button, is that why?
Yeah, that's weird. No, because when I do it, okay. Why was it... That's so weird. Why was it... Okay, now it's working. I don't know why the heck.
So, normally, if I'm facing away from you and I hold left and then grab, I'm still facing away from you. But if I initiate a dash first, then there's more range.
Got it. Okay, so you kind of have to dash first. Okay.
Yep. Okay.
Sorry, I don't know why
So yeah, mess around with your control settings. See if there's anything. See, maybe you made one of your buttons attack. Maybe that's why. So dash away and then like grab the other direction.
Yeah. Got it.
So
Okay.
that's yeah, because I don't see you doing a lot of grabs on me when I'm playing against you, and that's why.
You're right.
Yeah. Before we move on to Pokemon Trainer, do you have any other questions?
One thing I was gonna tell you or ask about is like, when do you like? You know, if you hit the C stick, like it makes the move go faster. Like when do you hit the C stick versus when do you hit like just A and just let it like kind of like free flow down?
So
Like,
when you hold A, it's more or less for rising, right? I'm going up. So let's say, so this is rising, falling, right? Rising, falling. Using the buttons is better for rising. Using the C stick is better for falling, right? Because you wait a little bit and then you do it, right?
Do it faster.
See that? So like, for example, rising back here, rising forward air, falling forward air.
Got it.
I prefer to use the C stick because it takes a little bit longer for me to input it, so therefore I get to delay it for a little bit.
Got it.
So I just realized that I actually really didn't teach you matchups yet. So before we move on to Pokemon Trainer, I actually want to teach you matchups. Because you did say you struggle with campy characters.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go back to Zelda.
Okay.
Actually, it's up to you. Do you want to do Swordies first, or do you want to do campy characters first?
Whatever you see fit.
Okay, I'll start with Ike then, because I feel like there are a few. Before
Like
we're going to like the heavy zoning, we're gonna we're gonna deal with the close-up zoning.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So the thing is with Pikachu, okay, Pikachu generally could play very, very aggressively, okay, and a lot of people play Pikachu aggressively. But there are some characters that you just want to play a little bit more patiently, because if I punish you with something, that's dead, right? Like if I hit you with a forward smash, you die at 60, right? So you want to play semi-patient, semi-aggressive, right? You want to play aggressive when I'm doing something wrong, and you want to play defensively when you are at a bad position, okay? So with Ike, okay, I'm walling you out, okay? I have a lot of range, and this is pretty fast when I'm in the air, okay? You cannot you can't really challenge me for it, right? Like try and challenge me for it right now. You can't approach. And even if you have like crazy forward air range, like Palu, I could just back up, right? And not just back up, my forward air has more range. So this is an air, this is a forward air. My forward air is longer. Okay, it has more end lag, right? So you kind of want to respect it. Okay, you cannot approach me in the air, but notice how I have a little bit landing lag, right? So how good are you at parrying?
Not good at all. I'll be honest.
Okay, so do you know what a perfect aerial is?
The perfect aerial?
Do you know what perfect aerial means?
No idea.
So, okay, I'm gonna write that down. Do you know what auto canceling is?
No.
Okay, so whenever some characters do a attack, they have end lag, okay? So, I think it's like 10 frames. Ike doesn't really have a lot of end lag, okay? So for example, see how I'm doing this, and then I try and do it nair again, okay? There's this short amount of time where I cannot nair again, okay?
Right.
However, an auto cancel or perfect aerial is when I finish doing my entire aerial, okay? So for example, let's say this whole animation takes 40 frames, okay? And I do it like when I'm falling, so I stop on frame 20. There's a little bit of lag because I ended with an incomplete aerial.
Right.
But if I were to complete the full aerial, let's say I'm going a little bit higher than that, I basically have no end lag when I land, okay?
Yeah.
So if I do it properly, instead of like having nairs that look like this, okay, which has a little bit delay on it, good players can do something like this. See how it's like way faster?
Yeah. I see like wolves like doing
Yeah.
their whatever like over and over and over. It's annoying, yeah.
Yeah, and I can go wolf to show you. So these are perfect aerials. And most people, okay, prefer to do it because every character has their out of shield option, right? Like hold shield, and then the moment I hit your shield with a nair, I want you to up smash, okay? Actually, I'm gonna hit you with forward air, and the moment I hit your shield with forward air, you're gonna up smash, okay?
Okay.
Okay, I landed behind you, my bad. Alright, ready?
Okay,
Go.
alright.
Oh, oops.
That was
Ready?
my fault.
Go. Oh yeah, you're doing it manually, right? So you,
Oh, yeah.
okay, so let me show you something. Hold shield. I'm gonna hit your shield, okay? See how I hit you? It goes like, there's like this little blur. It's like a little static.
Yeah.
That's called shield stun, okay? So
Uh-huh.
it's a little bit harder online because there's a little bit delay. But you really want to practice your reactions so that you input and out of shield the moment that stun comes out, okay? Because the reason you want to practice your recovery, I mean your reaction, is because let's say you think I'm gonna forward air you, okay? Go.
Yeah.
Right? Unreactable, right? So you want to make sure that you only react to when I hit your shield, okay? So practice. So when I hit your shield, I want you to up smash. Your up smash is frame 9, I think. Ready? Get set, go. Okay, a little bit faster. Okay, so one thing. All right, so this is what I recommend, okay? Because I feel like maybe online you're gonna have a little bit of trouble. Try Nair instead of trying up smash. Try Nair out shield. Nair is for frame.
Okay.
3
Yeah,
or
that's
frame
normally
4,
what
okay?
I do. Yeah.
Ready? Get set, go.
Yeah.
A little bit faster. Ready? Get set.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you have no shield. It's fine. Just let it. Let your shield recover for a little bit.
Okay.
Okay, ready? Get set. Go. My bad.
Sorry.
Ready? Get set.
Yeah.
Go. A little bit faster. Ready? Get set. Go. So you can punish that, okay? Now try and punish my Nair, okay? Now that I'm auto canceling.
Yeah, I've noticed that. Because I'm like,
You can't really punish it, right?
I can't do anything. Yeah.
Right. But here's the
That's why I grab less also, because I'm like, okay, these guys are doing this the whole time. How am I supposed to even grab them? You know?
So here's the mind game, okay? That you have to understand. The reason that we prefer to do auto cancel is because we don't want to get out. We don't want to get out of shielded, right? Like you also have a frame for up. You also have a frame for up air, right? Like you could combo me if I hit your shield with a attack that has a lot of landing lag, right?
Yeah.
Like this move doesn't really have a lot of
Down
end lag, okay? But like I have ending lag, okay? That's why people usually don't prefer to do a move that isn't auto canceled, okay? So so one thing that you can keep in mind, one thing to take advantage of is that if I prefer to not do a move that puts me a lot of ending lag, then there is a specific timing that I prefer, okay? So I don't know if you realize, but a lot of times when you're trying to like hit somebody with an aerial, they can parry it really easily.
Yeah.
So this is because there is this timing with aerials that everyone prefers to do, okay? And it's usually auto cancel timing, okay? So how easy it is for you to parry something that looks like this rather than like this. This compared to this, you know?
Yeah.
People prefer to do this better rather than this, right? And there's the specific timing that you can prefer. For example, if you were to parry one of my Nairs, you could pretty much punish me with anything. So I guess it's just getting used to the timing, okay? So hold shield, and then if you parry it, you can either Nair out of shield or you can do that, okay? Another thing is to be completely patient with the way that you are approaching, okay? If you are running towards me, then I'm assuming that you're going to attack, okay? I'm gonna keep walling you out. But how? Yeah, we're gonna switch off to a different character.
Sure.
Pikachu wins.
So you would say like either try learning parries and stuff, or
So that's one way, okay? But it's not a reliable way. It's one way to deal with it. It's the easiest.
Patient pro projectiles.
It's the easiest way that most people recommend.
Yeah.
But what I'm going to recommend to you is actually patience, okay? So and I'm gonna show you.
Yeah, which actually seems to work on like characters like Lucina and stuff, like because I feel like their range isn't like crazy, so and they're not, you know, like.
Like for example, okay, if I do this, it's very linear, right? Or if I do this, it's very linear, right? That's a very linear way of approaching, right? And if I see that, I'm gonna do this, right? If I see you approach, I'm gonna forward tilt. If I see you approach by the air, I'm gonna back off forward air, right? That's very linear. However, how confusing is that compared to something like this? You know?
Yeah, it's a lot more confusing. Yeah.
Yeah, like fading, fade out, dash attack, or fading, fade out.
I'm already having a tough time hitting you.
Yeah. So that's one thing as Pikachu. You are very versatile. You have a lot of ways to basically mix up and confuse your opponents. Okay. You don't have that one way of approaching. Okay. So a lot of people compare Wolf Sword Air to Swordies because it's very disjointed and it's long, right? So naturally, if you're gonna try and approach me very linearly, you're gonna get walled out. Okay. You're not approaching this. Okay. But okay, if you make me think that you're gonna approach, okay. Like for example, try and do this with Pikachu. Make a wall for there. Try and make a wall. Okay, I'm not gonna be approaching that, right? But what if I make you? But what if I make you think that I'm gonna approach? I'm gonna do that. Like, keep doing that. Keep doing that. So like.
So you're able to time it like pretty well, like right when the lag happens.
Not just that though, like because obviously Pikachu neutral isn't play like that, right? Wolf neutral isn't play like that, but we are prepared for very linear ways of aggression, right? Like obviously no one's gonna play neutral like this, okay? But this is an example of how we can defend ourselves, right? If I'm Wolf and I'm approaching you, and I'm approaching you in a very very linear way, you can always get away with doing this, okay? But okay, so stand here, okay? Stand here, and I'm gonna make it look like I'm gonna approach you, okay? And then you start walling me out, okay? But like, you're not gonna keep doing it. You're just gonna do it whenever like you think I'm gonna approach, okay?
Okay.
It's a little bit harder to show this online.
Yeah, it's a little laggy right now. I noticed it also.
So, I said that to not keep doing it. Only do it when it looks like I'm approached. So only do it once.
Oh,
Okay?
when you're okay.
Yeah, because obviously if you're doing like this, there's no way I'm gonna be able to show you what I mean.
Yeah.
Okay. Just throw out forward air when it looks like I'm gonna approach. Okay. Ready?
Okay.
Get set, go.
Yeah.
Forward air. Yeah. Ready? Get set. All right. This is a little bit harder to do. All right. Try and okay. Okay. You're not the one attacking, so like just wait for me.
Sorry.
Wait for me. Just you play defensive, okay? If it looks like I'm approach, you just jump forward. Okay, ready?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's a little bit harder to show this online. But yeah, what I'm trying to show.
I can tell it's laggy right now.
What I'm trying to show you is that when you do it forward air, okay, I made you do forward air, I back off a little bit, and I forward air you after you forward air, so I technically win a neutral. That's what I'm trying to show you, okay? I'm trying to do that. And if it's offline, I would have been able to show you this a little bit better, but online it's a little bit harder to time that. But yeah, something like that. Yeah, something like that. So that's one thing I want to show you is that like with Pikachu, okay, you can approach it a very non-linear way. If I'm Ike and I'm swinging neutral air at you, okay, you can approach, make me swing a neutral air, and my sword goes from up to down, right? When I already missed you, that's when you can do it forward air. Like you could do this and then forward air. When I'm Ike. Or another thing I do recommend is actually down air. You do that and then down air. And this is because down air also covers spot dodges.
Oh, oops. Yeah, Pikachu's down air is also pretty.
Yeah, I see how spot dodge there. I couldn't really because Pikachu's down air is very long, right? Like it lasts a long time.
Yeah.
So that's one way of approaching Ike. I'm gonna go Ike so that you can practice approaching. Okay?
Okay. Cool. Dude, you're a good teacher, man. Like you actually communicate things really well. Like at least, I mean, I haven't had a coaching session before or anything, but like based on what I've seen on YouTube, I think you explain it like really well.
I try. I'm just trying to get better at cause my English wasn't really that good. And I do want to commentate a lot, and a lot of people don't. A lot of tournaments often don't let me commentate that much, cause my way of explaining things aren't really that good. So I'm trying to get better.
Like more,
Yeah.
like spur of the moment type things.
Yeah, and I also have like trouble presenting people when I'm doing like school projects and stuff. So I definitely want to get better at explaining things.
Okay, cool.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a wall. I'm going to actually not make a wall, okay? I'm going to let you be the one aggressive, okay? So you can either approach me with nair, forward air, or dash attack, okay? And when you're doing that, I'm going to be doing my best to wall you out, okay? And if you get hit by it, I want you to try and think of why you got hit by it and whether or not you can do any mix-ups so that like when I do any of these, you can kind of get through it, okay? So I want you to try and get through my wall.
Should I kind of do the thing where you were talking about, where I kind of just like
Right.
mix
So
up and stuff? Okay.
I'm basically gonna be playing Campy Ike now, okay?
Okay.
So you're not allowed to use Thunder Jolt right now because
Yeah.
right now I'm trying to, Thunder Jolt is what makes Pikachu OP, but I'm just gonna show you how.
Yeah.
I just want you to practice aggression right now, okay? So try aggression only with your neutral moves. So nair, up air, forward air, even down air, and then like dash attack.
Is
Okay.
back air okay?
Yeah, back air is okay. So try and approach my wall. I'm gonna try my best to make a wall, and I want you to see whether or not there's a way for you to bait me to think that you're gonna go aggressive. So I throw out this move and see how I'm vulnerable right now after I threw this out. I want you to try your best to bait me, to put me into that position. Okay?
Okay, got it.
Okay. So I'm gonna play as campy as I could. Yeah. See how it's very linear?
Yeah, this is
Every time you
very
jump, you're doing a forward air. Every time you run towards me, it looks like you're gonna do something. So it's very easy for me to wall you out. You're already at 59 just because of that. Yep, there we go. That's a good one. Keep trying. Okay, you're doing a little bit better. I'm getting a little bit confused now.
I think with Ike it's hard because his range is so low
Yeah.
also that I am seeing the reactions and I feel like I'm getting better, but
Another
this sword
thing-
is so long that it's like you need to be like really good at it.
Notice, another thing I want you to know is that if you do approach with any of these moves, and I'm at 18% or I'm at low percent, try and use any of the moves that you hit me with as a combo starter, okay?
Okay.
Because, yeah. So if you hit me with a nair, try and drag me down and get a grab off it.
Oops.
Yeah. That's actually why Thunder Jolt is so good, because it stuns your opponent, right? So I couldn't really wall you out. I'm kind of stunned. Yeah. So you also want to get good at using. Okay. So now you're gonna jump off because you're about to kill yourself, and I'm gonna jump off. Now try and mix. See how hard it is for Pikachu? Like even if you're mixing it up, it's still hard because I just outrange you with my sword. Now I want you to try and abuse Thunder Jolt with it.
Okay.
You're gonna see that every time you do that, see how I jump? I'm forced to jump.
Yeah.
And essentially I'm forced to nair right here, right? Because if I don't nair, then you're gonna catch my jump, right? So now, maybe instead of going for my rising, go for my landing, right? Because I'm forced to do a nair early, right? You can go for my landing. So you want to use Thunder Jolt even more than that. Like, you don't want to throw one and then do it. You want to throw multiple. So you catch me off guard. So you could Pikachu, and then,
Oh, so you're saying,
Yeah, because if you throw one, then I'm ready for it, right? I know you're coming for me.
So that way I mix it, yeah.
Yeah, see how, like, now you throw two? So, like, I wasn't really ready. So you want to be patient, okay? See how I'm, like, forced to retreat now? So you want to abuse Thunder Jolt a little bit more, okay? That's the thing with projectiles, is that it forces a reaction, okay? I'm forced to jump, so I'm forced to nair here, okay? But if you know that I'm forced to nair high, then you know you can punish me right here, right now. So obviously it's timing, okay?
Is it okay if I mix it up with some quick attacks?
Yeah.
Or should I just
Yeah, for sure. You do quick attacks pretty well, so Yeah, it's definitely harder for Ike, right? You can see now, right? So you want to kind of like.
Now I kind of see what you're saying. Like, so yeah, I think the problem was I would always approach with one Thunder Jolt, which is such an easy thing. I just didn't even realize.
Look at this. I can literally
like,
can't.
I feel like I can't get to it.
Okay,
I've
hit.
tried that over and over again. So
Okay.
maybe that'll help a lot.
Go across the stage and throw out one Thunder Jolt right now. Like go across the stage and then throw out one. Wait, I'll do it again. Notice how my sword straight up erases it.
Yeah.
So like I'm not even scared.
Also, yeah.
So I'm not even scared. But if you throw a multiple, I cannot keep doing this forever. See, right? And if I keep doing this forever, you could just keep getting close, inching away closer, and then punishing me, right? When I'm jumping, right?
Yeah.
You don't even have, you can't, okay, you don't go for grabs a lot, but like you should go for a little bit more grabs, I feel like.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so normally when I approach with Thunder Jolt, I'm pretty good at like grabbing, but oh,
Yeah.
nice. Is there any way to avoid that, or like once you get caught in that, like you're down?
So it's actually very easy to punish it. For Ike and Chrom, just down air me, okay? So like, you see how like I kind of make a ball in the top?
Yeah.
Your down air is huge. Try and spike me. Ready? Try and spike me. Okay. Maybe it's not the best to do it on 3 stocks, but we'll try to
Oh
see
yeah.
it.
Okay, no, I get it. Yeah.
As long as you aren't in the middle of the ball, just go above it and then like you abuse that down air because Pikachu's down air is crazy good. It lasts long and it's pretty big and it's pretty strong.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So Pikachu doesn't really need to use the cancel technique that much because it's like pretty his animation goes pretty quickly, right? So that's
All
why
of his
he's
frame
able
data
to
is
quickly.
really good. Pikachu's frames are really good, and that's what makes him so good. Like almost all his aerials can be used as out of shield.
This is it's like basically his things like going up. Okay, got it.
Okay. So you want to try spiking me again?
Oh, sorry.
So jump. So try again. A little bit better. 3, 2, 1. Oops.
No, it's okay.
Yeah.
I think it's something
Just stand
else.
here and then jump and then down air. Ready?
There we go. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So it's actually really easy to punish Ike and Chrom's up B. Okay. It's just people are so scared of being dragged in that they mess it up, or they don't edge guard at all.
Yeah, I think another problem is it's hard playing against them when it's lag. Like I feel like it's a lot harder to utilize.
So your forward smash is slow. It's frame 14, but it's really long. So stand here and forward smash me when I'm recovering. Okay? Ready? Forward smash. Try again. Okay. So get. Okay.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of a way. Ice sword is so big. Alright, let's. I know it works for Chrom because I kept out. But like, you could forward smash Chrom's up B. Maybe not Ice. His sword is huge. Okay.
Yes.
But yeah.
Okay, that's okay.
But yeah, that's the thing with edge guarding Ike and Chrom. Okay, so now let's go over zoners. Zelda.
Okay.
Hold on, yeah.
So another question I was gonna ask, like I've heard this, I don't know if it's true. If you hit, like, say for instance, I press, to do a smash attack. And I'm doing it the manual way where I press the joystick and A at the same time. Does it help if you hit the C stick afterwards? I heard that it makes it go faster. Is that a true thing or no?
I've never heard of that. No.
Okay, it's probably made up then.
It's made
okay.
up. It's probably something else. Like, you can angle your smash attack with your... I think that you're probably thinking about, like, angling your smash attack, because some smash attacks can be angled up and down, right? And some angles are, like, has more lag than the other.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll give you I'll give you example right now.
A Charizard one or something? Okay.
I don't think Charizard does
Okay.
that. I'll go Bayonetta. Bayonetta is a good example.
Yeah, it's crazy. crazy how good of a character Pikachu is because I felt like at first I was Pokemon
See,
Trainer,
angle
he's
down,
right, but like, once
angled
I
up,
changed-
angle down, angle up.
Oh, got it.
And then I guess some characters have like more lag when it's angled in a specific way, or less lag when it's angled in a specific way. I don't think Pikachu has that. Pikachu is just a line, so.
Got it. Another question that I was gonna ask is like, say for instance you accidentally charges up. Is there any way to cancel that?
No.
Okay, so you're big. Okay,
Jump.
got it. Okay,
Jump.
That's
If you save your jump, you can recover. Like, do that and like jump. Some characters like Bayonetta, let's say I accidentally charge this, right? I could cancel into shield, or I could cancel into spot dodge. But I think Hero you could cancel his down B into like jump. But like I'm pretty sure Pikachu you can't. It's a side
Yeah.
B. You're charging up a side B. So
Got it.
alright.
Okay. Wanna try Zelda?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Or we could you say you don't struggle with Ness, right? I could have just gone
Yeah, I'm not. Ness, I feel like with the Ness, I feel like I just don't Thunder Jolt as much anymore, and I'm like fine.
yeah.
But yeah,
Don't let me down B.
Even
Don't
Zelda, I think your Zelda's just really good. Game & Watch I definitely struggle with, and yeah, Zelda I actually a little bit more also. Yeah.
So you're
Zelda.
struggling with Game & Watch's up beyond a shield, right?
Yeah, oh my gosh, that thing with the bombs and
Yeah.
that'll be out of shield. Luckily, I just feel like there's not that many good Game & Watches out there, but like so.
That's
it
the thing
isn't,
though,
like,
Game &
yeah,
Watch
like
also
20% of the time, but it's definitely a matchup I struggle with.
yeah. The thing is Game & Watch has like so many tools. Like
Yeah.
Like, if I'm
Luckily,
edge guarding,
at least the ones
I
that
do
first,
this, right?
Usually, like a dash attack isn't.
oh yeah. I was showing you stuff. Oh, are we supposed to be playing?
Oh, sorry. Should I?
Oh,
sorry.
I was showing you
My
stuff.
bad,
I was a
my
little
bad.
bit confused. I was trying to show you stuff. So like, do you have any trouble with Simon Richter, the Belmonts? 'Cause-
Actually, I do. So when I'm like recovering and they throw the bacon over and over again, or they just keep on throwing it, and I'm trying to quick attack around it. Yes,
Yeah.
I do.
So the thing with Game & Watch is, other than his forward air, like, this angle it doesn't really kill, okay? Up out shield is huge, but it doesn't really kill, right? My up airs doesn't really kill. So, alright, we can play. It's only 44%. I'm gonna play a game with you, okay? And we'll see how it goes. Okay,
Okay.
ready?
Actually, there was one other thing that I wanted to review with you. So with regards to teching, like hitting the ground,
Okay.
do you normally like each time you hit the ground, do you try to hit R like right at the right time? I'm not very good at it.
So you have, so I think it's 20 frames. So 20 frames before you hit a surface. So that goes with teching off stage and teching like on stage if you're going to free fall. You have 20 frames right before you like go splat on the ground to press the shield button. And normally that would just make you do a get up, right? Normal get up. If you tech, that'll be tech in place. But if you press the shield button while holding a direction, you could do a tech roll in out, tech roll in, right?
Yeah.
Or you could not tech and then press A to do a get up attack.
Yeah. So, okay, got it. Because normally, I normally don't struggle with this because I just normally Pikachu's jump is like so quick that it just jumps like right away. So, would you recommend? I normally don't tech on like the directions because I get punished and I just die with Pikachu really early. Do you? I mean, based off your observation of looking at me, like, do you think I'm doing that wrong, or do you think I'm fine, like as is? And we can play a game where you can maybe if you notice it or something.
Are you saying that the way that you're teching?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we could play a game. Because I wasn't paying too much attention to that. Because I was paying more attention to how you're approaching rather than like how you are getting out of disadvantage. But we could definitely look at that with Game & Watch.
Okay.
Alright.
Okay. So just let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready.
I know you have it.
I'm ready.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, Game & Watch, I definitely do grab more. move, dude, is so. Oh, dude. Yeah, this is exactly what I'm talking about.
Okay, so we're gonna talk a little. We're gonna talk about
Yeah,
how to
so
get.
that, when I'm getting juggled, I can't fast fall.
Okay,
Like,
let me
that's-
explain to you something about getting juggled, okay? Normally when you get juggled by up airs, none of those are true for most characters, okay? Like, up air to up air, unless you're playing against Palutena,
Right.
it's not true. So, to get out of juggle situation, okay, and I learned this from a top player in tournament, okay? The best way, okay, is to either do a wave bounce, which you're not ready to learn yet, but I can show you, or throw out your fastest aerial move so that you can get control of your drift, okay? Throw me into the air right now. See how I'm kind of like
Yeah,
spinning around?
yeah.
But, okay, throw me into the air again. I throw out my fastest move and I immediately have control of my drift,
And
okay?
now you can fast fall. Oh,
I could
nice.
fast fall or I could drift left and right way faster, okay? So, I realized you as a Pikachu player, because Pikachu does have a really good recovery, okay? I realized you as a Pikachu player, you are so afraid of going to the ledge, okay? If I were to grab and up throw you, you would rather land on top of me than go towards the ledge because it seems like you're afraid of this being at disadvantage. But
Yeah,
that's the
yeah.
thing though. If you want to get good at Smash, you cannot be afraid of any of stage positioning you're in. Okay? If I throw you into the air and you know that I have control over the central stage, it's better for you to just retreat, grab ledge, and then continue from
Got
there.
it. Yeah,
Okay?
I have done that before.
Because
yeah,
if you
but-
try and like neutral air dodge onto me, I'm just gonna grab you, or I'm just gonna keep up airing you, right?
Yeah.
Or if you're gonna, if you do a directional air dodge, that has a lot of lag. If you jump, like let's say I'm throwing to air you and you jump, okay? I could just not go for anything, and you'll be forced to
Yeah.
land without a jump now, okay? So that's the thing. Whereas,
So really, you'd almost say like do a back air and then drift and then do a quick attack, or you can almost like at least do something then.
well, yeah. Another thing I could show you is I'm gonna go Chrom, okay? Because I can do it really well with Chrom. You don't have to SD. I'll just SD.
Okay.
Chrom has some characters have a wave bounce that changes your direction so much that it's almost impossible for your opponents to juggle them.
Uh-huh.
Pikachu wins.
And Chrom and the Swordies have it. So Chrom and Roy has it best. I'll go Roy.
Yeah. I think the thing with Game & Watch is like his bacon kind of
Right. You're getting juggled with
neutralizes
up
the
air.
quick attack, and then his up B is just hard, and then
Mhm.
you can't really teach all because he buckets it. So.
Yeah.
Choose your fighter.
Luckily,
And the bucket
Pokemon
is, like,
pretty good
strong,
against him.
just from a little
do
bit charge.
Pretty good against him with Pokemon trainer.
Okay. So after you learn how to do like neutral wave bounce, I'm going to teach you side B wave bounce, okay? So this is my neutral B, okay? A side B wave bounce looks like this, okay? So notice how my direction completely shifts, right?
Yeah.
So if you throw me in the air and you try and juggle me, I'm going to be facing, so try and get me higher. Try and get me to like 100%. Just keep attacking me. Like up smash or something.
Okay. Okay, I'll do up smashes.
Yeah.
That's probably faster than Jappy you did that. Sorry. I didn't know what
Alright,
I was thinking.
now throw me into the air. Just up throw. See,
Oh yeah, that is much harder.
see how it's... Okay, I didn't do that correctly. Try it again. See my momentum
Yeah, that's
completely
really
shift?
hard to jump. Yeah.
So that's the second wave, wave bouncing, okay? These are the two best ways, okay? See how my momentum's completely shifted?
Yeah.
And I could do like 2 wave bounces, so even if you like wave bounce 1, 2. Oh, you
No,
caught
sorry.
it. But yeah, see how, like, yeah. I could even do like 2 wave bounces to confuse you if you kind of like figure me out, right?
Got it.
So
Okay.
Pikachu doesn't have that, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Your wave bounce isn't that good. So you're just gonna have to retreat, okay?
Uh-huh.
Because look at how fast my up air is. It's fast, right? Look at this.
Yeah.
So like even if a lot of people recommend you like jump and then you neutral air dodge and fast fall, right? But even if you do that, I'm fast enough to catch that.
Yeah, you're gonna get me. Yeah.
Like even if you do that, I'm still gonna catch it. Like even if you do that, I'm gonna catch it. Because look how fast Roy and Chrom is on land.
Yeah.
Ridiculously fast. So you aren't real. So you definitely don't want to fight for stage control when you're at disadvantage. You might as well retreat. Because I'm not really, you know, Roy and Chrom isn't really that good at edge guarding. I don't only forward air, right? And back air.
Right.
So just retreat your ledge, recover, you know, and then get up.
Got it.
That's the best advice I could give you to stop getting juggled. Alright, let's go with Zelda now.
Okay, let's do the original one, the Zelda matchup.
Yeah. I hope you're kind of understanding these.
No,
Yeah.
this is good. No, this is
Yeah.
it's helpful to see it in action. So
Yeah.
this is really helpful.
Yep. So with zoning characters, like characters with projectiles, there's two types of zoning. There's short range zoning, and there's long range zoning. The difference between them is aggressive and defensive zoning, okay?
Uh-huh.
Usually short range zoning, it's really hard to approach, like Ness and like Ness or Lucas,
Right.
okay? Their PK fire comes out right in front of them. It's pretty fast, and it's pretty dangerous, right? And they want to catch you inside of it so that they can get a grab, right? Or stuff. And this long range zoning, which my projectiles goes a little bit longer, but I don't really get a combo off these, right? If I want to combo you, I have to do stuff like these, right? So this is more defensive, okay? If you want to approach me, I have this, but you don't. But it's not like you have to approach me,
Right.
because you know it doesn't really, like, it's not really meant to hit you. It's just showing
Yeah.
you that you're not supposed to be in my territory, okay? But here's the thing: throw out a Thunder Jolt right now when I charge up, okay? See how I canceled it? I'm gonna do it again, okay?
Yeah.
Do it again. It straight up canceled it, okay?
Yeah.
Now, that's what happens to a bad Zelda player. Okay, go to the other side, because I'm more familiar with doing it. A good Zelda player could do a tech that looks like this. Wait, hold on, give me a sec.
Oh, sorry.
Crap, I'm not doing it correctly. It's been a while since I played Zelda.
They're able to move around while the guy is.
Yeah, like they move behind it. Hold on, give me a second.
Yeah, I've seen that before. Yeah.
Yeah, like that. Now you can't. Now I'm kind of like. Oh god. It's been so long since I've done this. There we go. Okay. So see, I'm behind it. Okay. So now I turn defensive. A defensive projectile to aggressive zone. Okay. Because now I'm scared that you're gonna attack, right? So I'm forced to back off, right? But if I do that, okay. Whatever. There we go. Now Thunderbolt Joe won't hit me, and now I can approach you, right? Because I basically have that thing to back me off. So you have to immediately.
Yeah,
Sorry.
no, I was gonna say the only reason I would say I have success against Zelda players is like, and I hate playing this way, but if they're like very cheap, like I don't mind being cheap back, like I'll just literally just T-jolt them over and over and over again until they approach me.
Right, but like Zelda has this, right? And you
Yeah,
can't.
they have that too, yeah, that is
You
true,
really
right.
can't. Yeah, and Tijo doesn't really work when this is a thing. I can just jump over. You can't keep Tijo. You're also gonna hit by that. You're gonna be forced to jump. I'm gonna be able to forward air you. But
True.
you're gonna
Hey, can you hold up for a second, Phoenix? Sorry.
don't worry.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Go ahead about that. Like,
Okay.
sorry, my family's here. I'm actually at my parents' house right now.
Oh,
Go ahead.
do you want to end this soon, or are you fine?
No. That's okay. No, this
But
is
yeah,
good.
based on how a campy player plays, you want to immediately be able to identify whether or not they are a good zoner or a bad zoner. In other words, you want to identify whether or not they're playing it aggressive or defensive, okay? You want to immediately be able to identify like how like you immediately want to identify how you want to approach them based on the way that they're setting up their zoning, okay? Right? I'm very campy. I definitely don't want to approach right now, right? So you're obviously not going to beat Zelda in a projectile battle, okay? So I don't like from what I'm doing right now. I definitely don't want to approach. You're not gonna beat me with Thunder Jolt because my projectiles are better. So you're gonna have to get up in my face, okay? And based on what I've just shown you, I really don't like being close to you. So if you get towards me, it's likely I'm gonna roll behind you.
On the opposite side.
So you could just read it with an F smash, right? Like you can just read these with four smashes, right? So, or I could play like this, right?
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people do that also.
Right? And you gotta know, okay, and you're gonna be like, okay, I gotta respect this Zelda. I'm gonna let this Zelda. Like, for example, I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna go for, okay? I'm gonna go for this, down B, and a dash attack, okay? I want you to respect it and punish me for doing the dash attack, okay? Ready?
Okay.
So a little bit faster, okay? But essentially, from the way I'm doing it, whether I'm going forward and back and what I'm approaching it with, you wanna know, like, what my intentions are, okay? So if I'm defensive, you're gonna have to get up in my face, okay? Don't be afraid to get up in my face, because if you get up in my face, you're gonna be comboing me all over the place. Or if I'm an aggressive one, you don't really want to get up in my face. You more or less want to whiff punish me. You want to make me overcommit, because Zelda isn't supposed to overcommit. I'm not supposed to fight you in close range. That's for all Zelda characters. You're gonna want, if I'm playing overly aggressive like that, that's my problem, and you want me to overcommit. You want me to make the mistake of approaching you with laggy moves, and you punish me with it, like with a grab at low percent and combo me or whatever. Okay? So that's the thing you have to understand. Also, when you're off stage, okay? So I'm gonna so if I throw you off stage and I do that, okay? A lot of people are pressured, okay? They're like, oh my god, Zelda said it was trap. Okay, I gotta roll. I gotta get up and stuff. The thing is, a lot of zoners, Zelda, Samus, Link even, we can pretty much do options that cover like all types of get-ups, right? Like this covers roll and covers jump pretty well.
Yeah.
Right? I can also, like, while I'm doing that, I can also like grab you. I can also cover jumps and stuff. So the thing is to play patient, because if I'm pressuring you like this, you gotta think to yourself, okay, maybe I shouldn't be that quick to get off. Maybe like I play patiently. Like for example, a lot of people are afraid of re-grabbing ledge, okay? This hits under the ledge, okay? So if I'm holding ledge and Zelda covers that, but Pikachu can just do this, okay? And the thing is, Zelda is slow. If I'm setting this up, it's not like I could just punish you for re-grabbing the ledge. Zelda is slow, okay? If you re-grab the ledge, I don't really have a lot of options to punish you for that, okay? So that's one way of playing patience, taking your time, okay? So I'm not telling you to re-grab the ledge every single time. I'm just showing you that it is an option when playing against campy characters. Okay? Campy characters.
Re-grab the ledge, after each time you re-grab the ledge, is there less frames of invincibility? Like
you have no invincibility. You have no invincibility once you grab the ledge again.
Oh,
you straight up have no invincibility.
Okay.
But Zelda doesn't really. Zelda is slow. I'm slow in the air. I'm slow in the ground. I have a lot of lag when I'm setting this up. Okay? So essentially, I don't have a lot of options to punish you.
Yeah.
Like, the only character that I think is that are very good at punishing that are Sephiroth, where they charge up that and they could just down smash and hit under the ledge. But normal characters don't usually do that. Well, they couldn't really do that. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's another thing. Playing patiently and knowing what kind of zoner they are. That's very important. Okay. Personally, myself, I'm a very aggressive Zelda.
Got it.
But yeah. Do you have any more questions about Pikachu before we move out to Pokemon Trainer?
No, I think that was really good and super helpful. I think the advanced techniques definitely help a lot, and yeah, I can already see like a lot of the weaknesses that I have, like why it's happening, and like how to approach that.
Great to hear. All right, I'm gonna switch off to Pokemon Trainer.
Okay, I'll switch to Pokemon Trainer too.
All right. And I could do like you play all three, right? 'Cause I only play
Yeah, I
Charizard.
play all three. I mainly do like unless it's a slow character like a big character, I'll use or a projectile person. I'll use Squirtle. Like especially Snake's Squirtle, I feel is really good. But I normally use Ivysaur and Charizard, especially against like sword characters.
What stage do you usually pick for Pokemon Trainer?
So I'm usually the one joining stuff. So like on Elite Smash or whatever, I'll just choose random Battlefield. That's
What-
my thing.
Okay, then let's switch it to Battlefield.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good point because Charizard has some pretty good tools on. Oh crap! I'm really sorry. I
Yeah.
just
Don't worry.
exited the arena. Crap.
Don't worry.
Um,
I thought I closed the arena. I was like, wait, what?
No, that's my fault.
Yeah, don't worry.
Should I create another one real quickly?
Yeah,
Okay, sorry about that.
don't worry.
Oh, so I got the max players here. Okay, X. Password. Okay, password. All skill levels. Public 101. Format. I'm just gonna make sure there's no items again. Should I make the timer more long?
Yeah,
I'll make it 10 minutes.
fair enough.
Okay, save. Please enter name. I'm gonna name it FKD.
Actually, I'm not gonna Pokemon Trainer diddle you just yet. I wanna,
Okay.
cause I wanna see like what happens when I throw like weird characters at you. Okay.
Got it. Okay, so it's basically kind of like what we did with Pikachu, like kind of
Yeah.
like one-on-one.
Is it the same for you for Pokemon Trainer where you struggle with zoners or?
So Pokemon Trainer, actually, no, I don't struggle with zoners. So that's why it's kind of like a good secondary that
Okay.
I've been using.
Okay.
I think it's more. I don't think I really struggle with anyone. It's just like he's just not as good of a character.
Okay. So I'm gonna throw out very different characters at you so I can get a feel.
You know who I've been struggling with lately though? Pyra and Mithra.
Ooh. Okay. Yeah. Sure. For sure.
So Mithra, I struggle with, like I do pretty good with Ivysaur, because I just throw Razor Leafs, but
Yep.
then when he changes to Pyra, I have difficulty, and I can kind of do it with Charizard, but
Okay.
I actually struggle with Pyra more than Mithra.
Okay. Well, let's take a look at that.
Okay, so I created another one, it's 9ppvp.
9ppvp. 9ppvp.
Yeah, 9 Paul, Victor, Paul.
Password?
1, 2, 3. There we go.
Step
Cool.
into the ring.
And you can choose anyone you want. You can even be me.
No, I've never. If I coach someone, I never go me brawler just because it's such a different character.
Yeah, it's such a unique. That is true.
And as a coach, I never want to go that. Like,
Yeah.
it's just so different.
Yeah. You know who actually I struggle with? We don't have to be this character because it's so rare, anyways. Pac-Man. With
Pac-Man?
Fire Hydrant, just because it blocks everything.
Yeah, we can go over that in a little bit.
Yeah.
But for now, wait, what character were we talking about that I was gonna?
Pyra and Mithra.
Pyra Mytha, okay.
I just feel like it's. I don't know what you feel. I feel like it's an especially online. I feel like it's an OP character right now. I don't know. Maybe I'm not an expert though. So.
Yeah, I don't have a trouble finding Pyra Mytha, so maybe we can figure out like what's up with you. Don't worry. Okay.
Yeah, because I haven't really. Actually, it's like if anything with Sephiroth, I've always had like really good results. That move, I hate that move so much. That move's OP. Yeah, I think it's the juggles that you were kind of talking about.
Yep.
I'm gonna try to go to the ledge like you taught a little bit more. Yeah, that's another thing I really dislike about Pyra and Mithra is like their moves seem to have like 0 land lag to punish. Yeah, that move's just... Okay, anyways, I'll stop complaining. I mean... lag.
That's funny.
My friends always say that when I do the fire blitz and lag, because it just like wins like a lot of times.
As someone
especially-
who plays Charizard only as Pokemon trainer, that's what people think. That's why people think I play Charizard only.
Oh, they think you do it because of the fire blitz?
They think I do it just to troll. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty good against Pyro with Charizard, but when I... What the... See, that's the thing. Dude, how does that not kill?
I did down it away.
Fast.
You really like landing on top of your opponents.
Yeah, I realized that was...
Nice. That was good catch.
See, like, I feel like I could have been in this game if I could have killed you at like 80 or something, but I'm like, I have to take you to like 170, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
I'm gonna show you a few things with Charizard.
okay.
Ooh.
Oh, I thought I could catch you with that lag.
There's no lag. I don't feel any lag.
You know?
Probably because I'm used to it.
Well, I mean, just in general, like, the reaction time of white lag or whatever.
Mm.
Yeah, so, Pyra, I don't struggle too much with Charizard, but yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, that
Okay.
move, yeah.
Yeah.
And how does that kill 100 on Charizard? Yeah, that's...
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Now I'll go Pokemon trainer.
Okay. Do the Ditto?
If you want, we can do a Ditto first. Yeah.
Okay, if you want, I could be Pikachu, like,
Nah.
your choice.
I feel like we've already covered Pikachu. I want to spend
Okay,
like
so
the rest of
let's
the 30
let me
minutes.
beat the Ivysaur and Bulbasaur and, sorry, Squirtle and Charizard. Actually, if you're gonna be Pokemon trainer, I'll be Squirtle first.
You can do all three.
Yeah, I'll do all three.
It just happens for me because I already play so many characters. When I saw Pokemon Trainer, I'm just like, I don't want to learn three more characters. I just want to learn one, right?
The thing I like about Pokemon Trainer is like you have all three, so like
Yeah.
with a mismatch, or you can kind of. And I actually really like the water gun because of like people who throw bombs or being cheap or whatever, it can't be like I can just throw the grenades or whatever back at them.
Go!
Yeah, that Sheldon sneaks under the.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you messed up. The moment I saw it fast fall, I was like, yeah, you're not making it.
Yeah, I need to change that. I do that a lot.
Oops.
Yeah.
Accident did that
Yeah.
fast.
I was so sad when they nerfed the down. Like I feel like Ivysaur was a lot more powerful character before they nerfed that the down smash. Oh, dude.
Super armor.
I feel like before the kill. Oh, nice.
Oops.
It's crazy how much damage that move does. That little shell thing, considering how cheap it is.
Oh, you could have killed me with Sidey.
Yeah, how the heck did it not get punished?
See the juggling?
Oh, dang it.
Oops.
Oh, I got away with it.
We both did.
Nice.
Okay.
Good win.
Pokemon trainer. Win.
Alright.
So what do you think?
Let's start this up and I'll show you a few things.
Okay.
So one thing that you did do right with Ivysaur that's really good is you used him to edge guard. This down air is really busted good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you know that his down air kill confirms into up air or up smash?
No, I didn't know that. So
Right.
I can do a down air to up smash?
Down air up smash is true at like 100-ish, and like
Oh, really?
down air on the platform to like falling up air on the platform is also true. It's like this to this.
Oh, okay.
That's a kill confirm. So in tournament, I cannot tell you how many times I got hit by this setup. Okay, and like
So you go like this and then...
and I like also like down throw to like wait for me to air dodge. Like I air dodge, right? If your opponent air dodge, like you follow and you up B, like that up B is busted strong. That's the thing for
Yeah.
that's the thing for Ivysaur. One thing is I recommend you to use Ivysaur for ledge trapping, and this is because this covers both roll and neutral getup as well
Yeah.
as jump if you time it correctly. The thing with jump is that jumps are actually not reactable online. So, but like if your opponent jumps, this is wicked strong, right? You can just, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this also covers get attack. So this covers 3 out of 4 options. So if you're like ever like Squirtle and your opponent's off stage, if you have the chance, like switch to Ivysaur and then like charge it up and then see how your opponent reacts. Like he cannot get up attack you. If he rolls,
Yeah.
this cast rolls.
I've had a lot of success in Elite Smash doing that, like spamming that.
Right.
I
But like,
think with you were a little good at like placement and stuff, so it was a little...
but you don't want to use this F smash in neutral.
I should have switched probably.
You don't want to use Ivysaur smash back to neutral because other than down smash, his forward smash and up smash is extremely strong but extremely slow. Okay. Charizard, okay. Up smash out of shield, like extremely strong. If your opponent lands on top of you, you want to do that. One thing you don't want to get in the habit of doing, which I actually saw you do on me a few times, is you would run up and then up smash. It doesn't work.
Okay.
Because like, if you run towards me, I'm either gonna be in shield, I'm gonna be spot dodging, or I'm
Yeah.
gonna like.
So
getting,
that's
like,
actually one thing I struggled with, like especially I would say with sword characters or like fast people, like maybe like fast projectile people like Wolf or something, like who are just throwing projectiles against a Charizard. Normally I just switch, but at high percentages it's hard. It's like how do you approach them because they have it covered with like you don't have a lot of quick attacks that are safe. You know what I mean? So Normally I try to just mix it up like this, or I do that with a grab. But anything that you recommend, like say for instance.
So, Fire Breath covers anyone that basically tries to approach you, right? As long as it's fully charged, like no one's approaching this. So,
Yeah.
Wolf's gun is good because the gun, like, that projectile has a lot of priority, but it's very linear, okay?
Yeah.
So once you get close to them, you're gonna be forced to approach, okay? You can either wall them out with this. I know Leffen hates this move. The Leffen thinks a top Pokemon trainer. I don't know if you know who he is, Leffen. He says this move is bad.
Heard, but yeah.
He says this move is really bad, but in my opinion, it's pretty good. Right? It's like Wolf's forward air. You can wall your opponent out. Back air is huge. Like look at this.
Yeah, that move.
And I could do like
that move
4
is
back
really-
airs
that's
off
really
stage,
good
and I
too.
can still recover. So you could also try approaching like this, right? So that's the thing with Charizard and all heavies. Charizard doesn't have much ways of approaching, simply because he's a heavy, right? And he's a heavy with not that much range. Nair is pretty good because it's his full body. It's like his full body. You could approach with
Yeah.
Nair, okay? You could mix some forward air and to Nair. You could do forward air. You could approach like that, right? Like go back forward air and
Oh, whoa, that was cool. So how
See?
did you do that so quickly?
so I jump forward air, and I hold back while nairing. So it's like, so actually no. So I jump forward with nair, and I hold back with forward air. So
It's actually a very good approach.
yeah,
Yeah.
it creates a kind of a body wall from Charizard, okay? And if your opponent approaches, you're in shield, right? Just up smash, right? Or you could grab. Charizard has a pretty decent grab.
Yeah, his grab. Yeah, you
Yeah.
probably side grab. Grab a lot
You can
more
read
than-
DI, right? You can also this to force smash is true if they don't DI or DI in, okay? If they DI away, you know, you're gonna have a much harder time, okay? If your opponent has a habit of DIing away, that means they're DIing away from you, okay? So if you do down throw and have forward air and it doesn't work at 0, the next time you grab him, you should do a back throw. If they DI away, then when you back throw them, their DI is going to be crossed up and they're going to be closer to you. So you could do so you're going to do back throw forward air, okay? And back throw forward air will work if you know that they're going to be DIing away from you, because they're going to expect you to do a down throw, but you actually do a back throw, okay?
Yeah.
That's another thing. If they DI up, sometimes this is true,
Yeah,
and
I-
sometimes this is true. Okay, it depends on how. It depends on whether or not they're directly above you. Okay. I do down throw back air. If I do down throw back air sometimes, because it's something that is not true, but it's really strong if I do get it. So if I think that my opponent's gonna jump instead of air dodging, which will be like a guess, like I'm taking a gamble, I do down throw back air to kill.
And that's that. What was that technique that we used? Reverse aerial rush. Was that
Yep,
what it?
reverse
called?
aerial rush. The abbreviation is
Yeah.
RAR, R-A-R.
Yeah,
So,
so that's you used the R there, right?
yep,
To do that.
I use RAR to do that. Yep, it's not true, but I like to use it a lot. If I know that my opponents are afraid to air dodge, right? Because if your opponents air dodge, like just forward smash them, right? Like if they air dodge this, you just forward smash left.
Yeah.
If they air dodge down, you could down smash.
So another thing that I struggle with,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know why, but sometimes like when I press up B, he doesn't grab the ledge,
Okay.
and I just fall, like I just have a like SDF.
You mean like
is
this?
There, like something weird that I'm doing? Maybe I'm hitting the C stick or it should always grab. I don't know.
Are you
maybe
talking
it's
about
just
this?
some- Yeah, like that. Yes.
That happens when you accidentally hold down while recovering. If you accidentally flick your control stick down. So
So if-
GameCube has a problem where, especially for older GameCube controllers, is that like if you flick your control stick, you know how like it also like it snaps back, right?
Yeah.
And sometimes older controllers would read that as an input where you accidentally flick down. So it depends on your
Oh, that's-
controller.
Okay, yeah, because I was like, sometimes I'm in very close games and then that happens and I'm like,
Right.
okay, so that makes sense.
Right, and
So I
this
just have to
even
be careful
happens.
not to press down.
This even happens for Joy-Cons on Pro controllers, and usually I just either get it fixed or get a new controller. So like when you flick up, and then you let go of it, it automatically flicks back down, right? but as sensitive controllers would think that's another input, things that you're pressing down. So if you up B and then you accidentally hold down, then you don't really grab ledge.
Yeah. So, yeah, it was weird also, like, there, I guess if you're too high up, he doesn't grab the ledge.
Yep.
Another thing that people have talked about is, like, they're like, oh my god, his, like, down smash is so strong, but I always have trouble, like, I have pretty good success ledge guarding where I, like, they're approaching that way and I, you know, hit them. But I've always had trouble ledge, kind of like the Ivysaur one, like that. Do you have any tips for that, or do you think that's a strong move, or what's your opinion on it?
Wait, what do you mean by Ivysaur's? You said Ivysaur's down smash?
You know how he has his down smash is like that pulling thing that just drags them all the way down? Off the edge?
Down air or down smash? Can you show it to me? Can you show it to me?
Yeah, I can show you.
Yeah. I don't play Ivysaur enough.
Yeah. Let me, and I know it's getting late for you also, so we can, this is super helpful though, so I'll show you. So you know how like Ivysaur's is, this thing's like pretty effective.
Down air?
I used it on you. Yeah. I used it on you once.
Yep.
Like when Charizard, I have difficulty when they're like right underneath it. Like, do you do a certain thing?
You mean like when they're like right here?
Yeah.
That's when you have to jump and do it. Like, cause here's the thing, okay? When you just fall off and do it, there's a blind spot. The blind spot is right here, okay? So therefore, if you want to hit them in the blind spot, you have to jump and then hold back and then do it, okay? You have to jump if you want to hit the blind spot.
Yeah, so that's
because if you do it regularly, there's like the whole area you cannot hit, okay? This is for like really fast, but like you gotta slow down and do that to hit the blind spot.
Got it. Okay. No, that's super helpful.
Or, okay, so Charizard can't really do that because his down air isn't that big. But with Ivysaur, okay, you could do this.
Yeah, I've done that sometimes also, yeah.
So you fall off, and then you hold back, and then you hold A and B while holding down, and it covers that. It covers the entire blind spot.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. And yeah, be reversing for Ivysaur, man. Look at this. Wait, hold on. Wait, hold on. See that?
Yeah.
Wave bouncing with Ivysaur.
So, people are able to do it like super quick. Like, I don't know how they were able to like throw that many leaves that quick.
You mean like that?
Yeah.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
Well, so I did one while I was falling, and then I immediately buffer one rising. So this is rising, right? So I do one when I fall, and I do one when I rise.
I've heard that too, like the whole buffering thing, and they're able to throw it faster. Like, how does that work?
Okay, so okay, this is what I want you to do. Okay, I want you to do an up air, but right before you land, hold your control stick. See how like now I want you to like flick your control stick. I want you to flick your C stick, okay? See how like you didn't even like press it at the exact same time at the exact moment, but because you pressed it earlier, it automatically does forward smash even though you didn't input it at that time. So the way the buffer system works is if you are in the middle of a move and you input another move, then once you're done with this move, your next move will be the one that you just inputted. And this is true for about 20 frames, I think. So like, let's say I do a forward smash this way, and see how I did a F smash like way earlier, and it was during the middle of my forward smash animation still, but because it's my next move. Like, even though I didn't do an F smash, I did an F smash. So buffer system is basically the game saving up all the inputs that you did, and then on the next frame, when you're done with that move, it throws out the next move that you inputted. I'm trying to think of an example. I'm not sure if there's any good examples for Pokemon Trainer, I'll show you one with Peach and Daisy, okay?
Yeah, so notice how I didn't grab the ledge there?
Yeah. It seems it looked like you held down.
Oh, I held down. Okay, I'm probably doing it subconsciously.
Either that or the snapback.
The snapbacks does it have some what's the snapback?
It's when a controller gets old and thinks that you did 2 inputs.
Oh, okay. I think maybe it is because I do press the inputs sometimes twice, just out of habit, so maybe that's what's causing it. Okay. Oh, that's helpful.
Yeah. I'll show you the importance of buffering. So this is what typically I know you don't know this, but this is what a Daisy combo looks like, okay? In practice mode, fairly easy to do, okay? But when you hit your opponent, all of your moves are a little bit slower, okay? Instead of going like really fast, see how much slower everything is?
Yeah. Yeah.
And because of that, okay, if the buffer doesn't exist, then my combo would not, because the way to do Daisy combos is this, and I do a jump, and I press down and press A, right? But because if buffer didn't exist, then it wouldn't read all of those inputs. Everything would look like this. It would just look like this. But because buffer is a thing, okay, I'm able to like string moves together.
Yeah.
I'm able to string a bunch of inputs together in a short period of time, and that's how combos on some of these characters work. I cannot think of any good examples for Ivysaur and I cannot think of any good
Pikachu.
or Pikachu, yeah, but oh, I got one. Auto shield, hold shield, and at the moment, okay, wait, let me think. The moment I hit your shield, I want you to throw any moves, okay? Ready? Go.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if you realize, but like if you were to throw a move while you're still in the middle of the shield, like right when you let go of the shield, it's still gonna throw the move, even though you're not doing the inputs at exactly that time. So.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it kind of like even if you're in the middle of shield and you do that inputs, the moment that you let go of the shield, it's gonna be those inputs. So, because the game's kind of saved up the last 20 frames of what you input. So that's a buffer system. It's basically when you do a bunch of moves while you're still in the animation of another move. And because of that, let's say you did a dash attack and then forward smash. Instead of having to do dash attack, wait for the dash attack animation to end, and then input forward smash, you input a forward smash in the middle of your dash attack. So then, after dash attack is done, forward smash will automatically come out. That's the best example I could give you with the buffer system.
Got it.
Okay. So, alright, do you have any other questions for Pokemon Trainer?
No, I think I'm good, man.
Okay. Alright. What else?
So what I was thinking, is I think I need like time to practice.
Yeah.
I don't know, like are you looking to do continued sessions? And like I want to pay you for at least the time that you put in today. I know you did an extra 2 hours.
Yeah.
So
you don't have to. Actually, you don't have to worry about. You don't have to worry about it. I mean.
No. Because I feel like if you want to, I would like to get more sessions. Like
yeah,
maybe I could practice from this stuff like a week or 2 weeks out. Just so I have time.
100%. I'll tell you what. I actually have some family emergency for next week till 2 weeks later. So
okay.
I was thinking maybe if you do, and every single Smash coach would recommend this. Instead of doing like once per week or once per 2 weeks, they usually recommend once per month because it takes you because based on everything I taught you, like it takes a while for you to like really get the
Yeah.
muscle memory and everything. And it's usually
Yeah.
21. It's usually 21 days to get a new habit, right? You heard of the saying, right? Hello?
True.
Oh.
So okay, so let's do that then. We'll do once
Right.
a month, and I'll maybe text you like in a couple.
Or
weeks,
whenever you
text
whenever you
me.
feel like you're ready. Like if you look at yourself in train mode and then also in online and you're like, okay, it looks like I'm doing all of these correctly. I think I'm ready. Then we can kind of do any time. But I'll tell you, I'm not going to be free. So all the way until the first week of April, I'm not going to be free. And then the last 2 weeks of April, I'm going to be studying for my final exams. I would say the week between April 10th and 17th is my best time for the next session, which is like 3 weeks from now. So if you take out your calendar, you'll be able to see the week from April 10th to 17th.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah. Great.
Okay, perfect.
So yeah,
And do you have Venmo or anything?
Venmo, I do. You can pay me next time.
Okay, all right. Let
Awesome.
me. Okay, yeah. Just send me your Venmo. I'll just send you something right now, and then we'll talk again next month.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Cool. No,
Thank you, Fred.
This is super helpful.
I'll see you again. Bye bye.
Really appreciate it, Phoenix.
Yep.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. Take care, man.
Good night.
Have a good one. Thanks again. Bye.